I forgot to put the VTuber up. You guys go ahead and start.
Oh god, not the VTuber! Alright, friends. Today we start on a game of Starfinder. And for the people who haven't been here before, we have a couple new faces at the table. We have Guardian Wolf Kim, who's been in a couple things, but this is my first time with her as a player. And we have my wonderful Mrs. Nugget.
Who he's totally not going to torture tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna. So, I usually traditionally open up by having our characters introduce themselves. You can have a story, not have a story. Don't give a shit. You're gonna die anyway. Mike, would you please be ever so kind to introduce us to your Starfinder character?
My name is Retso. And first of all, I want to say I hate all of you. And the only reason why you're here is to make my life easier. I was born on a sun, and I rummaged through a bunch of alien trash and bullshit, and I got lightsabers, so don't fuck with me. You understand that? As long as we're on the same page with that, then we're good, okay? Okay. I'm also the only thing with a dick here.
For those uninitiated, he is a Isoki Solarian, which basically means he's a fucking Jedi. Yes, that.
Mrs. Retso was a saint.
As a bit of homebrew for those friends at home who are following the rules, I do allow Mike to dual wield his solar weapon because fuck you, I do what I want. So Kim, would you be so kind as to introduce your character as little or as much as you like? You can be extra like Mike if you want.
No, it wouldn't be like Mike.
I love it when they're like Mike.
My character is Vost Inja, and she is a biohacker and a kitsune. So,
fantastic. For those of those playing at home, kitsune are shape-shifting fox people, and the biohacker class is an interesting mix of harm and help. It's like the Team Fortress 2 medic with a fucking needle gun, and she's more focused on the hurt than the harm, or the help. Okay, Purity, would you mind introducing us to your character?
I am... Hold on, I wrote down the name. Trelakana. I am a giant spider monster who is going to throw rats around every chance I get.
You go to hell, weird spider lady. You spit venom in my face, I'll stab you.
Oh, that's not what you have to worry about me doing, do you?
Remind me to grab some raid on the next pit stop.
I'm gonna throw you into another dimension.
Bed done.
Oh yeah, I think we have done that to you.
Alright. For those of us playing along at home, my darling sister is, in fact, a Han, which is about an 8-foot-tall spider person who are famous for hating tools and being able to fucking fly.
Well, let's face it, everyone hates tools.
If you could imagine on an atmosphered planet a giant spider person flying out of the sky, why the fuck would they need anything else? You'd just kill yourself right then and there.
I have been categorized as vermin, a pest, and a pox on society. I have never been categorized as a tool. I want people to understand that.
I didn't call you a tool yet.
All right, and... Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, yet.
Oh. All right, Nugget, would you be so kind as to introduce your character?
All right. So, my character is Carol Thimbletack. I'm a Vesk. I'm really great at swimming. I used to take these, what are those called? Those water polo classes. I'm really fun, just want to sit here and mingle with everybody and have a good time. I teach, weapons handling, and I also teach defense classes for grannies. So if you want to defend yourself, you give me a call.
Are you from Minnesota or Jersey?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was wondering because I kind of like the shifting.
I went to Minnesota first, yeah.
I please keep that because I love the fact it keeps shifting between. It works so well.
I don't think I can help that.
That's why it worked so well. I was dying when I heard the Minnesota voice. I had to quickly turn away from the mic.
I was about to say, this is going to give Tia a flashback.
Could you follow us out of the Civic Center?
Ratso,
Right,
are you even
okay.
allowed in the Civic Center?
Not in the front door.
Depends on how good physics are.
Jesus. For those of us playing at home, Nugget is, in fact, a Vesk, which are a militant, psychotic group of giant lizard people, in fact. Normally, our dedicated and wonderful Cham is the resident Vesk, but he's not here today. She's also an evolutionist. I'm going to be frank with you. She is injecting Cthulhu DNA into her ass like steroids in order to turn herself into a superhuman.
Go, girl.
So, just some obvious warnings. This isn't like our normal campaigns. I'm actively going to be trying to kill my players. I am going to be unfair and an asshole, and I'm going to describe some real nasty stuff. So, help yourself in the later part of this episode. I'm sorry.
If you guys are offended by anything we say, get the fuck out.
There's that.
I don't care. We're all adults here. Despite the dog.
I'm a rat.
Are you an adult rat?
By my species standards, yes.
Then it's
Mentally,
fine.
no.
I'll leave it.
Okay. So, barring anything else, are we ready to get started?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Give me money.
I wish.
Do we still have
I wish I had money to give out. There we go. So as we begin, we may have noticed that this series is not exactly canon fitting. It doesn't fly linearly or linearly. It doesn't
because
work
none of us can
in a
remember
lot.
our characters for very long.
That too. This particular edge of this story is about this group here. Hired by the same reduction company that originally hired them out, repossession company that originally hired them out to find the Ypsilon Crater Massacre, where they were chased around by an invisible alien who turned people into goo.
Oh, I remember my character now. Did you want her to come back?
But that's all right. You can go with who you got now.
Oh, oh, is she not giving missions anymore?
Oh no, that's your Lancer character, your missions
Yeah, that
operations
was- Oh, okay.
manager.
That was,
I was
that
getting
was
confused.
She's the team mom, missions operations manager, MOM.
Doug McClure.
No wonder she just yells at everyone and calls them a failure.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for Doug McClure.
So, this same company has drafted you to investigate the loss of a couple ships in a sector known as the Villisai. The Villisai is a hotly contested piece of space, not technically because it's anywhere important, but because of the amount of resources that people find there. A planet in the Villisai system has mysteriously gone dark, and it's your job to figure out why. So as you're in drift space, you are flying through on a repossession vessel known as the Cookie Cater.
Really?
Oh yeah, it is a second-hand piece of shit with barely enough room to be considered a Winnebago.
This feels like home. Except there's not as much feces.
Drift space being, of course, our equivalent of hyperspace from Star Wars, in case anybody was unclear.
Have we got the plaid?
You're far past plaid. As you fly along, your pilot android starts just wigging out. just really starts freaking out. He starts yelling, "Somebody! Somebody help!"
I'm gonna hop up and smack him in the face.
Cool.
We start with violence. I'm gonna come in. Is there enough room for me in there?
You have to stoop to get around in this ship.
I guess I'll just poke my head in. What the hell's going on?
You walk in on Ratso smacking the shit out of your pilot android.
Why are you smacking the pilot android?
He started screaming. I had to stop him from screaming. This is what you do when people start screaming. You smack them in the face until they shut the fuck up.
Only if they're women.
It's an android. It doesn't have a gender, does it?
I don't know if you
dear.
asked it. Maybe ask it what's wrong.
What is wrong with you, robot person?
Hey, everybody, roll me a dexterity check.
Is that a D20?
Okay.
That is a d20 roll, adding your dexterity bonus. Go ahead and read them off. Anybody who gets above a 15, let me know.
13. Dexterity bonus.
That is not going to beat a 15.
Mine's a 15.
Nope.
Oh, that's it.
How'd you get it to do that?
That's a 6.
So if you highlight the die, you can press the R button and it will
Yeah.
roll it over and over again.
Ah.
I just realized. Yeah.
You can also just hold your mouse over it, but it'll like poke up out from under the mouse.
Hmm.
Well, I got a 15,
Yeah.
so I don't care.
So who got the? It was you that got the 15, right,
Yes.
sis? Okay, fantastic. So you're the only person to brace yourself as you suddenly get wrenched out of drift space.
Eh, shit.
Oh dear!
What the hell?
So everybody go ahead and mark down that you're taking 3 damage. Anybody who failed the dexterity check. It's not a lot right now, but you know, it's that.
Now,
it's
does
the
that
little
come out of our,
touches.
does that come out of our stamina points or our hit points?
Okay, teaching moment in Starfinder. So
If
in
I-
Starfinder, your
I remember
stamina.
you told me before. The stamina points are like the shielding that's above you, and then the hit points are after you get through that.
Correct. Your stamina
Okay.
is essentially a constantly regenerating temporary HP. Your
Okay.
actual HP is much harder to restore.
Okay, fair enough. 37 on the stamina points. All right.
And that is 3 points of damage to your health.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say health, unless I directly say your health points, like specify, it'll go to the top of the stamina and downwards, so there's no confusion. So it takes a moment for you guys to kind of collect yourselves. Your ship has gone deathly silent. There is no hum. There is no power. There is no thrum of the engines. There is nothing but the creaking, cracking sound of space and metal.
I'll go see what's wrong with the engine. Or
Are the
wait,
lights out, or do I have a concussion?
a little of both. Can someone smaller go look at the engine?
Ah, god damn it! Why is it always me? Yeah, I go look at your fucking.
Because you're
You
the
always
only one
have
that
the
can
man
fit.
go fix the engine, huh?
Yeah, well, if I could fit in there, I'd do it.
Not my fault. You're 8 feet tall and look ugly as sin.
I'm gonna throw
So-
you out into space.
I'm done.
So where is everybody staying right now? Who's going for the engine? Who's staying where they are?
I'll go check around the ship to make sure everything else is okay.
Okay, so you're going to go stoop around the ship. Is anybody staying in the cockpit?
I'm
I think-
gonna go to the control panel.
So you're going to stay there at the cockpit with the android?
Mhm.
Okay. Nugget?
I also want to go look around.
Okay, so you and Purity are going to go check around.
Really
Mike,
quick,
you're
I am
going to
very
go...
flexible, right? As a spider thing.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking I mean, check your dexterity score. You're pretty nimble.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
So, Mike, you're going to head for the engine, or are you going to kind of
Yeah,
off?
I'll send Ratso up down to the engine to see what the hell's going on in there.
Okay, fun.
He's probably just gonna whack things with a wrench. So I mean, I don't think he's not that smart.
Nugget and Purity, could you both roll a d20 for me and let me know what you get?
Okay.
So, Mike, as you scramble down into the innards, you see the biggest problem is that there is smoke. There's no fire. It looks like something flash fried your drift system.
I think I got it.
Ah, shit! Alright, so can I do like a quick, what would that be? A search? Do you have a search skill on this? Some kind of a perception check to see if I can see anything around that would help with a fire, like a fire extinguisher.
Yes, you absolutely can. You could go with any kind of, like, you could even go with your physical science, not specifically trained in your physics, but your physical science would work as well if you wanted to figure it out.
My perception's a +10. I think I'll go with that.
Okay, go for it.
So really quick, not to derail it, but someone did ask with Starfinder, a fan asked if it's okay for them to ask this, do the first health bars regenerate? The shield and stuff regenerate?
So the stamina points will slowly come back. Anytime you use abilities, you can use your resolve points, you can use a ton of different things to get your stamina back. And regular, like, rests use your hit die, just like in D&D would. But that's the one that comes back. That's like the constantly refreshing amount compared to your hit points, which require long rests or serious medical checks to recover.
There you go, guys.
And they are stacked one on top of the other. You have to get through your stamina points to get to your hit points, unless something significantly terrifying happens.
Indeed.
Like, say, something crawling inside of you, just under the skin.
Exactly.
Anyway, so as we were saying, Mike, you see that these things are flash fried. What was your perception check?
29.
Ooh, fantastic work. You can't see anything to help you fix the damn thing, but your perception check did let you trace out the fact that this wasn't just your drift engine. This was your life support. This was your power generation. This was quite a bit of the ship that got fucking fried in one go. Nugget and Purity, what were your rolls?
It's just a straight D20, not plus anything else?
Yes.
I got a 16.
7.
Fantastic. Kim, could you roll a perception check for me as you're sitting up front with the android?
Yes. Oh, wrong button.
You could also just throw the dice if that makes you more comfortable.
Okay. So, plus my perception. Sorry, I'm getting used to the new sheet.
No worries.
So, I would do the final total one, right?
Yes, you'll roll your die and then add the total.
So that'd be 21 then.
Fantastic. So as the ship slowly drifts, you see the starscape in front of you. With that high of a score, you don't see stars. You don't see anything. You see the star, the one that you're orbiting, that you're supposed to be here for, and you see the planet below, and you see a moon that you're surprisingly close to. Like, drift engines should never take you this close to a planet of any kind. But there are no stars past this planet. And that score also gives you just enough as you see something hurtling towards the ship from the moon's surface. Nugget, I'm going to need you to make a reflex save for me. Sorry, as a point of reference, these have the reflex, the will, and the fortitude checks that a standard 3.5 mission might have, or Pathfinder. It'll be on the right side of your sheet when I call for it.
That's an 18.
Awesome. Fantastic. So, Nugget, you managed to just barely jump out of the way, you get some kind of danger sense. Something tells you at the last second, and you just barely miss getting impaled by what looks like a fucking harpoon, and what actively comes back down, hooks into the metal, and you hear the cracking of the ship as it starts to be pulled. This is also starting to vent the room, but ever so slowly, thanks to the harpoon.
Well, geez. Thanks to Jenny Craig, I done lost them 5 inches that I've been waiting on.
Are we, am I still in the same area as Nugget?
You were on the other side of the ship. You
Okay.
were looking on a different side. That was the check to see which one of you got tagged by it.
Okay. Everything around here looks normal.
So, everybody, you are suddenly tossed sideways as even the gravity in the ship turns off as the last of the power is soaked out, and you all feel the pull against the side of the ship as the ship accelerates towards the moon. Kim, your character very clearly sees this.
Do I know anything about that moon?
You could roll a check for me.
Okay.
So we could call this culture, or if you have a science or profession skill that might let you know. Even a mysticism if you want to rely on magic.
I will do culture, which is +9, so that would be 17.
Awesome. So this area was mostly unsettled, according to what information you know of, like whatever news articles you might have read or kept up with whatever HoloNet stuff was coming out. This planet here shouldn't be inhabited, nor like the moon itself. There's no major cities or anything here. If there was, it would have had to have been in the past, like 5 years or so. It's about how long it takes for drift communication to travel. At least this far out.
And when I saw something coming towards the ship, that was that harpoon?
Yes, it was.
Okay, just making sure it wasn't something else.
Do we have any communication on the ship when it's down like this, or no? Like, to each other, I should say.
There is emergency kits with weapons and communications and things like that, but as a standard, you wouldn't have that stuff on you.
Okay. Just wanted
After all, this place is about the size of a Winnebago.
So we just
It's
yell
not
at
very
each other.
big.
I check with our, like, robot driver buddy to see if he or it knows anything or has any ideas.
I think if you call him a he, it's fine. I don't think he'll get offended.
You never know. Does he have a name?
He does.
Bucket of bolts?
I changed his name in his programming to only respond to Sexbot69.
The hell
That
you did.
is now canon.
Damn it.
Mr. 69?
Yes.
Do you have any ideas on how we can get out of this situation or get some power on?
Can I ask you a question, Arch, before we continue?
Yeah.
So we have readouts from this planet, correct?
You dropped out of drift space and were immediately fucking shut down.
Right. No. But what I'm saying is like before we came here, we knew this planet existed and it had already been scanned, correct or no?
Yes, you would have
Okay.
basic rudimentary data about
Does
the
this
system.
planet have an atmosphere?
Ooh, the moon has a very, very light atmosphere.
Okay.
It is
My next
breathable.
question is there a spacesuit the size for a rat on this Winnebago?
Don't
Yes.
you fucking dare abandon us.
I'm just weighing my options here.
You each have a suit that was dedicated to you when you took this mission because they figured you'd be needing some form of, exo walk.
All right, well, I'm putting that shit on just in case. Except for my 2 laser swords. Those are going on the outside in case I got to do some spaceman ninja fighting.
You know what? That sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna go grab mine.
Okay.
Look at me. I'm a Jedi astronaut. This shit's awesome.
Kim, you had some questions?
Yeah, I said, Mr. 69, do you know how we can get some power back on, get life support going?
No. Unfortunately, the ship seems to be experiencing a malfunction.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
yell
yeah, no,
from-
I already checked all that crap. We're fucked.
I'm gonna yell from where I am. Useless fucking bot!
Hey, he's the only one that ever plays checkers with me. None of you all ever play checkers with me. That's why I hate you all.
It's because you get mad when we beat you.
So?
You
Plus, your
bite.
game of choice is checkers.
Checkers is fun.
Look, I'm sorry, my tiny rat brain can't wrap myself around chess, okay? I can't understand why the little castle can only move in straight lines and why the horse can only move in an L formation. I've never seen a horse that only can move in an L formation, damn it!
Well, I mean, if you train them.
You shut
and
up with
don't
your
eat
logic.
them.
You're a spider. Go eat flies and shit.
So does anybody plan on doing anything before you're dragged to the moon's surface?
We should do we have, like, any kind of escape, like a backup, like, little shuttle or anything on this thing?
This, unfortunately, was too small to have escape pods. You can go for an exo walk and try and jump at the last minute.
I mean, it doesn't sound like we have much of another choice on this. Wait, can I use my portals?
Jump into outer space. That is not a good idea.
Wait, can I use my portals?
Well, this ship does have like crash seats and things like that. Like this isn't just a death trap on a fucking rocket. Like this thing is designed to be at least remotely, like think of a car when it crashes, right? It's not supposed to crash, but it can.
Can I just make a portal from here to the planet or no?
So your portals are less about teleportation, more about matter materialization.
Damn.
When you grab things, you're grabbing things from other dimensions to use.
Theoretically, if I wanted to grab a shuttle from another dimension.
A shuttle, you would not be able to make something that big.
Dang.
Alright, here's my only other question. Are there mattresses in here?
You have like the bunk bed just sort of like inset, like think of like a Winnebago, like the little flat futon mattresses.
Yeah, okay, like how, so, like in terms of my size, like they're made for people, I would assume, correct? So if I folded that in half, I could probably double that cushion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna cut it in half with my lightsaber, and then I'm going to fold it. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna cut it in half. I could probably just fold it because it's a futon. I'll fold it in half, and I'm gonna strap it to my little back, and then I'm gonna launch my ass out of the fucking airlock.
I was about to ask for me when he's done.
Go ahead.
Can I, if I jump at the last minute, can I make a parachute with my, since I can fly, once I get close enough to the planet and try to glide down?
So, from everything that you know, your silk works in atmosphere.
We know
so
there's
it
an atmosphere,
should
right?
theoretically work on this planet. If you would like to jump, I invite you to do so.
Fuck it. I either die now or die later.
Okay, so Kim, you turn around from this strange conversation with the android and see both Mike and Purity's characters getting into spacesuits and starting to open the airlock.
Anyone want to join me?
What?
Last call, you got 30 seconds before we blow this shit!
I can make you a parachute.
I have my mattresses, thank you. I will survive.
What are y'all even doing?
Living!
Literally make parachutes and things. Spider, remember?
How close am I to the to my suit?
So you were kind of like in an off wing, along with Purity was on the opposite side of you, but it was like an off wing trailing part of the ship, and it's like right back in the middle. It's probably like 5 steps to get to the middle of the ship from where you almost got impaled.
Want me to just throw you yours?
If you don't mind.
Of course. Here you go. Just throw it on over.
So she tosses your precious spacesuit across the room. Go ahead and make a dex check for me.
You're a dick. For which one of us?
For you, Purity, because I want to see you break this suit. Off the table.
What did it land?
Oh, jeez.
Is that it floating in the air?
Yeah, behind my name.
16, 17, 18. So it made an 18.
Okay, so yeah, you toss it with a surprising grace, considering you're like half hunched over in this fucking ship. Kim, are you going to be doing anything? Or are you just going to let them vent the ship?
I'm going to tell them, hold on a sec, let's get some supplies. Android 69, dude, where are some weapons, emergency kits, anything?
The emergency supplies are located under the pilot seat.
So I go for that.
So you're just going to pull him out of the pilot seat? Kick him over?
I want to know, so in terms of food, I want to know what we have for food in here, and specifically if we have Cheetos.
We locked that box. You can't get into it.
No, son of a bitch!
Apparently she locked the fucking snack cabin.
Oh, you know what? I got a fucking lightsaber. Fuck you. I'm just going to use the lightsaber and fucking stab the lock.
All right, go ahead and make a...
Everyone kept complaining you were eating everybody else's stuff.
Make a melee attack for me.
Make a what roll? Sorry.
Make a melee attack for me.
Okay, hang on.
To see if you manage to get the snacks out or if you burn them.
I think it's a +3.
I love the fun at the beginning of the campaign before I put you
That
through
is
horror.
going to be an 8, so yeah, I don't think those are going to survive.
Yeah, you set fire to the fucking pantry.
This is why we don't let you near the food.
All right, you know what? We're vetting. Get your damn spacesuits. Get whatever
I'll
you got.
toss Kim hers too. Since I imagine it sounds like I'm near them all anyway. Catch! The chat was calling it that he was gonna fry the
You
cabinet.
didn't put a lock on the snack food. None of this would have ever happened. It's your fault.
Purity, go ahead and make that roll for me again.
I could have given you the key, you stupid rat.
You wouldn't have because you don't like me.
Roll, you fucker. 13. Sorry, Kim.
Okay, so you toss this, and Kim, your character's a little preoccupied trying to dig the emergency supply cache out from under this pilot's ass, and the helmet bounces off the chair.
She's just weighing her options now.
So, did it break?
That's a very good question.
I have webbing I could fix it with.
Oh yeah, that'll help.
Oh wait, I have that matter thing. Oh wait, it's just okay.
You could also just put your hand on it and glue it with your fucking adhesive spell.
Yeah, I was going to say I could do that. I was about to say I have that ability thing.
You can if Kim lets you.
Kim, do you want me to, or what's your character's name? Sorry.
Voss.
Voss, do you want me to fix that?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. You're not gonna make me roll for this, are you?
No, adhesive is a level 1 cantrip.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll fix it and then fuck this, I'm out. If anybody wants to join me, you can jump onto the spider.
I will take her up on that offer once I get the supplies.
Hurry the hell up! I don't have all day to die in space.
Say please.
Eat me.
I'll take that as rat please.
Purity, what was your character's name again?
That is a very good question in my memory. Tralakana. We'll just say Trala for easy. I wish we could change everybody's name in here so that you can actually see the character names.
That's what he's doing.
Oh.
Retso, motherfucker.
Frala.
By the way, while he's doing that really quick, guys, donations don't do anything, but they are appreciated. But we aren't going to let you guys be able to do anything with donations for that. Nothing was planned for that.
Sis, don't say that. If somebody donates something significant, you can tell me and I can hurt everyone for it.
Okay,
Shit, I think
donations to
something
hurt the
good should
players is
happen.
allowed. Do you want me
I
to
think
say they
something
can
good.
donate for helping or harming the players?
Sure.
There you go, guys. We'll make it for YouTube, $5 or a sub. For Twitch, I think it's 300 bits. Streamlabs, all the normal jazz. We keep them at the normal levels for everything. I didn't know if you wanted to do that or not, because I know people are already kind of asking it off-screen about it. Because they want to know how they can hurt us.
Physical harm only works if you allow it to work, which is why I usually hide in the trash.
What?
You don't even know what my logic is. You just need to know what I'm doing. Are we packing this stuff up and blowing out this airlock or what, people?
So, Voss has yet to put on her suit.
Yeah, as soon as I get the cash, I, suit up.
Okay.
Oh,
and you're
God.
not going to perform any other cursory checks?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to check.
Oh, what for?
To see if I think I can actually breathe.
Coolio. Go ahead and make an engineering roll for me if you have it.
Okay. So that's 17 plus... Engineering.
Carol,
And
are you
an
gonna
important
jump on my
question,
back
are
too?
you trained in it?
I am apparently proficient in it. Is that what that means when it's marked?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm proficient in it. And so 17 plus 9, 26.
Fantastic. Your suit has a micro crack right in the visor.
Didn't I glue it, though?
You should be able to survive. Did you?
Yeah, I
You
used the
didn't.
glue thing, remember?
Fantastic. So underneath this giant handprint on your mask where your face goes, there is a microline fracture, which probably would have been fine. It's unlikely that it would have broken without severe trauma afterwards, but there was a little crack.
I'm not guaranteeing I won't drop you all.
So do I know that the glue reinforced it?
I mean, the glue definitely would have reinforced it, but it probably wouldn't have broken just from vacuum by itself, even just like that.
Okay. So am I confident that I'll be able to breathe in space?
Yeah, you're pretty confident.
Okay. Well, I may die.
Oh, I wouldn't kill you this early.
I feel like I'm going to be the first one to die.
Let's find out.
So
So
I
everybody's stacking up on the door to get out?
Yeah.
I am the first rat to flee the sinking ship. I would like this to be noted. Me and my mattress parachute thing that I'm probably... fuck it, let's do this.
We
All right,
got
is anyone-
300 for the DM. What does that mean?
Yeah,
means
I
fun
already-
for me.
Yep, I sent it to him. So is anyone jumping on my back and learning to fly with me?
I am.
I am not.
You're on your own, Rat.
It's a ratty rat world out there. Which, by the way, it's actually kind of delicious. It's kind of fucked up, but it's delicious.
Carol, you gonna jump on my back?
Oh no, I'm just gonna go for the bushes.
Good luck.
Carol's like 500 pounds. She would have dragged your ass to oblivion.
Oh, yeah, no. The smaller one may ride on my back. All right.
She's an 8-foot-tall lizard monster built like a brick
I forgot
shithouse.
that she's a lizard monster. That's my bad.
So, right now, everybody's kind of piling out. You crack the airlock, and it just flies off into space as the ship starts to depressurize around you. Luckily, your suits do have magnetic coils that allow you to stand in place as everything is sucked past you with a fucking vicious amount of force.
I'm going out. Let's do this.
So this explosive decompression also had a fun bit. Got it. To start turning the ship sideways. And as you jump up and out, you actually end up trailing behind the ship, and at a significantly slower pace as the air has buffeted you upwards. Ratso, you're more aerodynamic, so it doesn't affect you as much. You're, in fact, the first person to land. I need you to make a dexterity check for me to try and land on your back.
Okay. That is a 15 plus my dexterity
Are they popping up?
is a +4. That's a 19.
Awesome. Okay, so you managed to do sort of just a roly-poly spin, and you slowly impact into this fine dust earth. It should be said that you are currently in the shadow of the explosive crater that the ship turned into. Carol, you being significantly heavier, you're the second person to land. Could you make a dexterity check for me?
That's an 11.
Ah, fantastic. So could you roll a d10 for me? Just a moment, I'll grab you one. So, Ratso, you kind of turn to the side and see... Sheesh! You see Carol just impact into the ground, full superhero pose, just slam. And you know for a fact that that's not good on your knees, despite how cool it looks. And this purple glowing from the muscles that are suddenly strained under the sheer impacting force.
Go off!
She is completely silent. There is not a... there is nothing coming from Carol right now.
She definitely hit her shin.
Okay. As now that I have touched down, I am going to keep the futon tied to my back.
That seems like a good idea. If Tia rolls a nat 1, I was going to have her land on you.
Damn it! All
Tia,
right.
you can go ahead and roll with advantage. So my advantage is 2d20, take the bigger.
2D.
And this is going to be one of our good karma protections. Whoo! For those at home, earlier, just so we have them on record, that was 10 damage in the fall from Carol landing in her superhero pose. Significant little punch to the gut. And Purity has just rolled a 7 and a 3 with advantage.
How much is this gonna hurt? Because I have someone I can land on.
You assume I'm going to let you do that.
I was going to throw the other one down there for me to land on, but okay. I'm still going to now land on the rat.
You're going to hell.
I will let you make a dexterity check with advantage to... Well, Mike, are you going to try and run away?
Fuck yes.
Okay, so make it a roll-off.
I'm 8 feet.
All right, what am I rolling, or is it just a straight D20?
This is going to be your D20 plus your dex.
That's my dex.
Versus her D20 and her dex.
Okay.
Kim, you're completely able to let go at any point if Voss feels like this is not safe for her.
That is a 19.
Yeah. As soon as I think I'm close enough to survive a fall, I'm gonna let go and try and
8.
tumble off.
That's an 8? Okay. So you use your fucking web to try and hit Ratso as hard as you can and end up doing that parasail thing where you pull up and you tuck your feet in, but you fully connect like a fucking George of the Jungle to a pipe sticking up out of the ground.
Fuck.
I'm going to need you to take a D10.
I don't have one. Where's our D10?
I'll grab one for you as well.
Thank you.
Watch out for the stovepipe!
Fuck you!
What? I tied the futon to my back. That was not supposed to be for you.
1.
Fantastic. It wasn't as painful as you thought it would be. Something about your suit and the way that you hit just right kind of just... It took the wind out of you. That was about it.
Blah. Never
So,
again.
Voss, I'm going to let you go ahead and not die from that or get hurt because you managed to drop while she was still trying to inbound on Ratso.
Okay. Do I roll D20?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You managed to drop off and land with because you had the sense to leave when you could.
Yeah.
So the 4 of you are left standing next to the former cookie crater, now a literal crater.
Shit, our
Well,
ship.
shit.
What are we supposed to do now? Our ship. We gotta find another one.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to Shanghai our way your ship and get the hell out of here.
Wouldn't be the first time we've done it.
It wouldn't be the first time I've also had to jettison corpses into space.
So,
Or
Kim,
toward
you
us.
actually have the emergency supplies, everything involved in the little backpack that you pulled up from under the pilot seat.
Yeah, I was gonna start going through some of that and see what I could find and what's useful.
Okay. As you dig through the pack, you find 2
Oh, that's
laser
fine.
pistols, a hand scanner with a rough hyperlink like an uplink, basically its own Wikipedia.
Mm.
You find a pair of concussion grenades, which are essentially stun grenades.
Okay.
And you find a surprising amount of tiny ration packs that are hyper condensed rations. They're about the size of a pill each, and they would last a crew your size for about a month, maybe, if you ration about properly to 1 a day.
Don't let the rat near him.
It wouldn't be a fun experience, but you'd live.
I'm gonna store it in my cheeks.
Do rats
For
do that?
those of us playing here, there is a notebook option in your top bar that you can start keeping notes in for anything that you like.
So you said that we were right near the impact crater, so where did the thing that hit our ship get pulled down to?
So the thing that's in your ship is still in your ship. It is, in fact, a massive harpoon that looks like it dragged through the surface of the Earth. Or this planet, anyway.
So we can follow the rope that it's connected to? Or whatever it's connected to bring it.
That's very good. There is a amazingly long chain that stretches off to the distance. I'm not going to make you roll for that because anybody looking around would be able to see the damn chain.
I'm gonna start following the chain. Well, wait, is there anything left of the ship that we might be able to go through or nah? Is it completely, like, destroyed?
That's a good question.
Do you guys want to try going through the ship to see if we can get anything else?
Right now, my character's taking her share of the supplies, because they're busy looking at the ship.
Well, shit. I still
That's
have
fine.
my porno mags on that.
Just write down everything that you don't take and let them spread it among themselves.
Okay.
or write all the things you do take. Either way.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking 1 concussion grenade, 1 laser pistol, and the Wikipedia thing.
The Wikipedia.
I forgot what you called it.
The Brain Wiki.
It's an Ask Jeeves.
Oh, God.
You're evil.
Yeah.
I told you this was a horror campaign.
Oh,
You didn't expect that much out of it. The pain.
The pain. So I actually on the.
think
Are
that's
we
for
going to
something
call
for
it
the
Jeeves
future.
now?
just call it Jeeves doesn't know.
Jeeves doesn't know.
You can call it whatever you want to.
Doesn't know.
So I will ask Jeeves about this planet we're on.
So the information that comes up is not as easily found as like, what's the planet's name? What does it do? You know, where are we? That kind of thing. You would have to know the name of the planet to look up in the first place.
Okay.
The scanner also acts as a temperate scanner, like it can give you rough approximate data about the place that you are. Like it can scan the atmosphere, tell you that it is very thin but breathable. It can tell you that there is moisture in the air. It can tell you, you know, like chemical compositions of things on or near you. It can also give you an approximate idea of a time frame for this planet, but it cannot tell you exactly about it unless you find out the name for yourself or figure it out in a different way.
Okay. Well, I definitely will scan the atmosphere and, you know, deduce whether it's safe for us to breathe and all that. But can I roll knowledge? Because I don't think my character would go out there and not try and know what planets were around.
So the problem with this is that you were heading to a system of thousands of planets, and this was not the place you were supposed to go to.
Oh.
You were ripped out of drift space en route to the place you're supposed to. And from the roll you had, your drift space course shouldn't have taken you close to a planet.
Gotcha. So do I need to roll to scan the environment then?
You can roll to go. You can absolutely do that. With go ahead with a perception check, and you can add a +5 to it while using the scanner, along with whatever your normal skill set.
Where's my perception? So 27 plus 5 is 32. Is that right?
Okay, coolio. So the information that it can tell you right now, this planet has a 14-hour day-night cycle. 14 hours day, 14 hours night. The approximate gravity is equivalent to Earth. It's probably like a 0.95, give or take. Like, it's just shy. You'd probably be 10 pounds lighter. You'd feel a little springier. The ground is made of a silica compound, but there are traces of chemicals and materials that the hand scanner can't quite get, mostly because it's not a clean environment, but it is a little concerning that there's things in the air that you might not know. The local temperature is relatively cold, especially with such a thin atmosphere. You could feasibly withstand even sleeping in this atmosphere, but it would make things incredibly difficult.
Okay.
I'm gonna go inspect
So-
the chain.
I'm actually going to try and share that with whatever of the others I can get to listen.
Okay. And Tia, you're going to go look at the chain?
Yeah, I'm gonna inspect it, see if I can notice anything weird about it. or
You
anything.
have to shout! I can't hear you through the helmet!
Yeah, so Ratso does make a slightly good point. Your helmets are, in fact, connected to each other with communication devices, but sound outside of your suit is incredibly dampened and difficult to hear.
So she just has to talk and we can hear it from the suit.
Yeah.
I turned off my radio before I put it on because I'm a dick. I have to take it off to turn it back on.
If he dies, he dies.
Oh, I'm out.
So, Purity, as Trala goes over and picks, like, you can't pick up the chain. It is like tons of metal.
I wasn't trying to pick it up, just trying to figure out what it's made of and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. This is made of, well, that's a good question. You have some way to scan it?
I don't have anything on me, I think. Let me see. I have the
You
knowledge.
have a friend you can ask.
You want me to go all lightsaber cheese knife on it?
I mean, no. Not yet, anyway.
Damn it.
Vox. Bring the scanner over here. Voss, sorry, Voss.
I think I know what I'm gonna do. So you said the chain is like massive, basically. It's like
Oh, you're a moron.
Yes, it is.
So I am going to run across the chain to find out where the chain goes.
I was gonna
cool.
do that, you dick.
And I'm going to specifically Naruto run.
Nobody likes your rat.
I know. Nobody should like him. He's meant to be unlikable.
So these chains are about the size, if you forgive me for the metaphor, they're about the size of a full-grown horse is around, like stomach-wise. That's how thick these chains are. Like significant chains. And as Voss brings it over, the scanner, I'm not even going to need a roll for this because she's still actively scanning everything around her. This particular chain seems to be made up of a ton of different materials. In fact, the most disparate amount of materials you could imagine, things from entirely different sectors of space. Some of the materials connecting to others are starting to erode away because of the way they oxidize when they meet. Some of them have flash frozen together. Looks like they had been cold welded in this atmosphere. It's very strange until you start picking up little bits and pieces of serial numbers and paint and other things. And it occurs to you that the most abundant material on this planet might be crashed ships.
Ah, crap. We
You're
got a
not even
whole
here.
entire thing of scrap barons.
You can't even hear us. You ran off. Unless you're wearing
Yeah,
your
Mike,
helmet
you
again.
are.
I can still make commentary. I'm just talking to myself. I'm imagining what you're saying because I can't actually hear you. So this conversation is just inside my little rat brain.
Dick. What oh. Is that what it looks like?
So, to understand Purity's character better, does she actually have like hands, or is it only spider legs?
I should have hands.
She definitely has hands. Give me just a moment and I'll give you a representation.
Okay.
Are you gonna put it in general chat?
Well, while he's doing that, my character is going to offer you one of the laser pistols.
Thank you. Let me put that on my notes.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying. Oh, that's so much worse than I thought it was.
Is it any closer to the horrible thing I found?
Pretty close, actually.
Yes!
Oh, gosh, how bad
I can't
is
wait to
this?
see this. Wow, fuck that. I like what I found better.
Yeah, I actually somehow like the
That
one.
doesn't look like a spider monster, though.
That's what it is.
It looks like a something monster.
Just looks like
it
a bug,
looks like
but
it looks like a crustacean.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like it belongs in the water.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a bug monster.
Well, to be fair, shellfish are just sea bugs.
I was going with these.
Yeah. Yeah, do the one on the right.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just giving the other one so that people have nightmares on the stream.
That's fine by me. Flavor it however you like.
I like the one on the right.
It's the less slutty of all the ones I was finding, trust me.
The one on the left, it's like Silent Hill's version.
It's what happens
I'm
when you
okay
make
with
it
any of
mad.
This is why I make sure my room is free of spider webs. I don't want to wake up in a cocoon.
I wouldn't waste a spider web on you.
Carol, are you going to be doing anything right now?
If anything, I'm just gonna be searching around the rubble looking for anything important. But I don't think I'm searching for long, so I think soon she's gonna want to wander off and explore the planet a little bit.
Oh, so you're going to go off by yourself?
And no, I don't understand the next one I'm sending you.
Yeah, unless anybody wants to follow, she's gonna go look around.
Okay. So this is a fun experience. Mike, you're running off on the chain. You're starting to crest the horizon. You're just booking it. And Carol has wandered off in her own direction. Voss and Trala, you're just kind of hanging out by the ship. Are you going to follow either of them or try and join one of them?
Which one do you think won't get us killed worse?
I mean, it's bad either way. She's going in the direction of no civilization. He's going the direction of the people who shot us.
We have a choice between following the lizard or the rat.
Lizard.
Yep, we'll go with the lizard.
Fun stuff.
Fuck you.
Rat, you went off on your own. You deserve whatever happens to you.
So I'll come to you three in just a moment. Mike, as you're running down the chain, you see a figure on the horizon. Somebody is marching along the chain in the opposite direction. Just one single figure.
Ah, shit. This could get ugly.
You can always run back to us.
Here's what I'm actually going to do to be a complete asshole. Is, you remember how you said I could smuggle grenades in my mouth?
Yes, you can.
Do I have those in there by default?
I'll say yes. That's fun.
I want to rig one of them to go off when he gets close, when whatever that thing is gets close to it.
Ooh.
I want to rig a booby trap.
Okay. So I will make an engineering roll if you have it. If not, a raw intelligence check.
Let me check my character sheet quick. Engineering. I have a +4 to it. That's a 7.
So you pull the pin out of the grenade and you kind of rest it against a rock. It might not go off when it goes by, but it might go.
Fucking book it immediately.
Oh, no. The handle is still kept in by, like, a rock.
Right, I know. I'm still going to book it because I don't want to take the chance that it goes off by accident.
Okay.
I'm going back to the harpoon.
So you're running back to the ship?
Yep, I'm running back to the ship right now. I know better than to go this solo.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me. I'm going to say above a 10, you're going to hear, or at least know that it exploded.
Above a 10, okay. 18.
Fuck, okay. So as you're running across the chain, you know, sound is rather dampened in this atmosphere right now, but vibrations are something different. And you put that grenade right next to the chain. Whoever that was walking along must have kicked that rock, or maybe it just detonated by itself. Maybe it didn't have anything to do with the guy. You don't know. But you do feel the vibrations run up the chain under your feet as you approach. As you come to the crater, the furrowed crater of your ship, you see Carol sort of just stalking off alone with Trala and Voss following behind her.
We got shenanigans, people! We got large amounts of shenanigans!
What did you do?
Someone's coming over from the chain. They're following the chain to the ship. And I kind of laid a trap, and I think I might have blown them up with a fragmentation grenade.
We shouldn't be able to hear him though, right? Because he has his mic off.
Yes, no, I'm screaming this and just flailing my arms.
And we're just ignoring him and keep walking. We don't even know he's back there.
Okay. So, Carol, since you're leading this exposition, I'm going to need you to make a roll for me. So it's either going to be, say, life science if you're trained in it, or physical science, perhaps survival if you have it trained. On your character sheet, it'll show a check mark if it's like a little cross if it's trained. Survival, life science. There's a few others. Anything you like?
I'll do survival.
Oh, I had slow fall.
That's a 10.
Ah, fantastic.
Wait, would slow fall have helped during the fall?
Yes.
You're a dick.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't get hurt anyway.
Yeah, you're fine. But you could have cast it on everybody, and Carol's sitting there with a banged up shin.
Sorry.
As she's walking, she's definitely limping.
Can anyone heal?
So I would like you to roll a d6 for me.
Who?
Carol.
Sounds like the people down the chain are already shooting. Fucking fireworks.
Three.
Oh, fantastic. Oh. I am so sorry in advance.
Gosh.
This was the ship that I hoped that she wouldn't get.
Dick.
Okay, so as you stalk through this wasteland, you notice just up ahead there is sort of a crest of a dune of a kind. This place is mostly this gray silicate sand interspaced by rocks and a starless, black, terrifying sky. But as you crest this dune, you see just a little bit away is a ship that is gently resting and looks to be relatively intact. It's certainly not sitting in a crater like yours was.
I'm not going near it.
Don't meta.
Final lady, I have an idea. We'll attack from the air. Spin me. I am screaming this inside my helmet, by the way.
Yeah, we're totally ignoring you though.
Damn it!
We can't hear you. Remember, we have our helmets on and everything outside.
All right, I'm doing this through physical interpretation. Trying to do this like charades. I will roll for this. What Arch? What do I need to roll for?
Performance.
17 plus.
If we don't have performance as a profession, then you can choose acrobatics or athletics. I would or bluff even.
Bluff? Alright, that's a +5, so that's a 22. If I use acrobatics, it's a 29. So, I mean, I don't know how much that matters.
So Ratso has somehow managed to convey his exact message, and you realize that your probably weeks of living in a tiny cramped space and playing charades with him has turned him into a master at charades. And Mike, I'm going to let you go ahead and write down that any time in the future you need to write or to do charades or non-verbally communicate something, you will get a +5 to it.
Okay.
I got a question. Our suits, they have like their own oxygen on them, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So if knowing, since I know that the air is okay to breathe, and I'm thinking I want to save my oxygen, can I like save it and take my helmet off?
You absolutely can. I will tell you, any exerting task while in this atmosphere will be at disadvantage unless you are wearing your helmet or in an oxygen-rich environment. You can still walk and trudge and do regular things. Even shooting isn't very difficult without the air, but anything like strength checks or acrobatics or something very, combat-y is something that you're going to need to avoid.
Well, how much air do we have?
You have about a week's worth in your tanks.
I'll take mine off. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm keeping this shit on.
You have your helmet off already, you asshole rat.
No, I don't. It's still on. I can communicate with you through charades.
Oh, I thought you had your helmet off.
No, I didn't have my
Charades
helmet.
Oh, then
master.
fuck it. I guess I'll leave mine on. No, I really did think he took his off.
So what I want her to do is I want her to... So, I want to get on top of this ship, and since we have a little bit of a lower atmosphere, I wanted to see if she could hook a spider web onto me and spin me around with the futon on my back.
Can I just
to try and use it as some kind of, like, a gliding, like, parachute type thing, and see if she could fling me up in the air so I can glide onto the top of the ship.
So...
Can I do it at full force?
Can you do it if what?
Throw his ass at full force.
Yes, that's the point.
So you have a spell that basically turns into a rope that you can use to lasso throw him. And I will let you make an engineering check. Quietly make an engineering check on your side if you would, Purity. I'd like nobody else but you and I to see it over here in this corner.
How do I do that?
Just come over here and roll it. Fantastic. So we know what that was.
Should I use slow damage on or slow fall on him?
Well, you know what you rolled, and you know the quality of the web. So, do you think you should?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, fire spray really quick. Does that like shoot fire, or is that for like shooting a gun?
That is in fact spraying fire from your hands.
Sweet. Okay, I have things planned.
Well, it's more like gas vents from your body, but it's definitely a thing that you can do. So, Mike, you are spun around in a pretty hefty circle and then hucked out toward the ship.
I believe I can fly!
So the web almost immediately rips off of you.
Yeah!
But you are very slowly gliding towards the ship. Because
come on, baby. Keep my light.
Trala grabbed you at the last second before she started spinning you and cast the the feather fall spell, was it?
Slow fall.
Slow fall, there you go.
Alright, so I'm trying to aim for the roof, the top of the ship.
Coolio. Go ahead and make a dex check for me.
Okay. Here. Alright, that's a 15.
Okay, yeah, you kind of stumblingly skidding come to a halt on the top of the ship. It wasn't the most graceful or the most quiet of landings, but you certainly made it. Is
All right,
anybody else going down there?
I don't trust that ship. But
I'm
yes.
waiting to see what they do in reaction to him because I'm wagering with the others that he's going to get blasted at any
Yeah,
moment.
you know what? It's better to just sit back and watch.
Oh, by the way, just for security's sake, I'm taking the last 2 grenades that are in my mouth and I'm throwing them into the fucking thruster compartment.
Oh my gosh.
Of the ship?
Oh, you're blowing the engines?
I'm not going to blow the engines. I'm going to throw them in there, so if they fire those engines up, kabloom.
Oh, fantastic. Gotcha. That seems pretty feasible. Like, you could just put them in there. I'm not going to make you roll for it. So, Carol, you said you were going to go down?
Yeah, she wants to go down and check it out.
Are you going to be doing anything as spectacular as Ratso did?
Let me see.
Thank you, noble futon. I will miss you.
Miss him? Or you still have it?
I'm gonna take it off now because I think he's served his purpose.
Can I just shoot webbing up there and just climb up there? Just kind of shimmy up there.
Shimmy, shimmy.
No, Carol's not gonna do anything special. She's just gonna kind of trundle over there. She's just gonna mosey on over.
Okay. So, from your position, on your left-hand side is the front of the ship. And the right-hand side is the rear of the ship. The rear seems to have its cargo bay extended. The ship looks like it's been here for a hot minute. There's a lot of dust covering the top that Ratso skidded into. But for the most part, the ship looks relatively intact.
I'm gonna head. And, I guess I'll follow because I want to go into the cargo bay and see what's up.
So you're both going to head to the rear of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just as a notice, this model of ship is generally considered a passenger liner. There's usually lots of people, like vacationers and stuff, in cryostasis or being held in like tight confined quarters so they can ship from one place to another. This is kind of like the Greyhound bus of the space world. So Carol and Trala are walking towards the ship. I assume Voss is still overlooking to see if everybody gets fucked. And Ratso is on top of the ship and trying to untie himself from his futon.
Yes.
Voss is screwing around with the scanner to see if she can use it somehow to scan something about the ship or anything.
I just kind of picture him getting tangled up in the futon and the rope.
Oh, damn it!
Okay.
Why can't I have opposable thumbs?
Same rules as before. You can go with perception or with engineering if you want something more in depth about the ship itself. Depending on what you get is what you are told, or what you use is what you're told.
So 13 plus. Trying to find it. I'm gonna use perception, so that'll be 23. Do I add 5 like last time?
Yeah.
28.
Fantastic. So, because it's a perception roll, you are scanning like a cursory overview of the ship and its statistics. You find out that this is, in fact, a chartered flight. This has been missing for, looks like, better part of a decade now, which is very strange that it's on this planet and completely uninjured in any way. It looks like it landed here, in fact. The serial numbers tell you that it was out of a remote human world. It gives you a rough, according to their flight plan, that they shouldn't have ever been near the area where you were going either. They were on an entirely different part of the universe, in fact.
Oh, gosh.
That somehow ending up in the same place seems very, very unlikely.
So I moved to catch up with the others while telling them over the microphone what I found out and that this is some kind of Bermuda Triangle-esque planet we're on right now.
Carol, did you ever take off your helmet?
No, Carol still has her helmet on.
I decided to leave mine on too.
Yeah, I left mine on because there was no point.
Okay.
I never even thought about taking it off.
Will you turn yours back on, you idiot?
Sorry, I can't hear you. What was that?
So the three of you are approaching the rear of the ship. Are you just going to walk on in? Are you going to try and stealth your way in? Is there any tact to how you're coming in?
I want to stealthily go in.
I'm gonna go.
Okay,
from the
go ahead and
ceiling.
roll stealth for me. Ratso, how about you? What are you doing? Are you going to be crawling around trying to find something out? You going to go to the cockpit? You going to try and find an emergency hatch? Like, what's going on?
I'm gonna go to the cockpit and look in through the windshield there, and through the cockpit shield, and just see if there's anybody in there.
Okay, cool. So you lean over the front of the cockpit, and you very clearly see two people dressed in uniforms of like basically a shipping or a transport company, more or less what you would think they would be, wearing helmets. And as they sit there, their helmets, you can't see through them. They're tinted out, but their fingers are gently twitching on the consoles where their hands are resting. They're not pressing anything. They're just sitting there.
Yeah.
So while he's doing that, what was our stealth rolls, friends?
29.
Fantastic. Voss, I saw that.
Uh-huh. I'm looking for what my stealth is to add to that.
Probably not well.
I was
No,
gonna say,
it's 5. At least I didn't get a nat 1.
Fair. So while the fucking 8-foot tall Vesk suddenly turns into a sand ninja and glides across the dunes, right behind her, Kitsune just is tromping through the fucking sand, hitting rocks and shit. How about you, Purity? Are you going to try and stealth roll, or are you going to watch this fucking clown show?
I'm going to let the clowns go first, and then I'm going to go through this from the ceiling, like go, above. Because I can
you're going to try and climb up?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So you're going to head up with Ratso. You can climb up on top while they sneak into the back. So Carol and Voss, you walk into the back, and the ship lights come on. You're standing in a narrow hallway that looks kind of like a normal maintenance hallway for most of these types of ships. If you've ever been on any kind of like Greyhound bus kind of experience, it's basically a narrow walkway with Japanese-style pod hotels that litter the entire back end of the ship. And towards the front end of the ship, it's much colder, as the cryopods, those first-class citizens, get to sit up there and get frozen for the trip out. This ship still seems to be operating. The power still works, at least.
Do I see any like remnants of any passengers at all?
Are you going to open up any of those pods?
I am.
Make a strength check for me.
They're ice cream. Try one.
No, she's doing the regular Japanese hotel, like the second class. Not first class. Unless, are you going for a frozen pop, or are you going for the standard passenger?
I'm going to do the standard passenger.
All right, fantastic. I'm sorry.
Oh, just kidding. Give me 1 second.
She thought she didn't have strength.
While she does that, I will be right back.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. So, Carol, you walk up to this pod hotel thing, and behind the glass already, you can see webbing of some kind. Like something organic and moving is inside this little pod hotel. And you grip onto the door and pull it open. You don't just pull it open, you pull it off its hinges because the insides have rotted out. Layered around the edges of this pod hotel is a thin, viscous membrane that looks like the shell of a turtle, almost like it's edged in little squares, like hexagonal patterns, like a beehive. and is filled to the brim with swarming small insects. Inside, in between these hexagonal rows of swarming insects, lies a body. This body is human, or was. The skull has been cracked open and pulled back and apart. Setting on top of the brainstem is a long-legged individual creature with a massive eye that spins and opens a nictating membrane, multiple eyelids opening all at once to look at you. And as it tightens around this corpse's brain, its children come crawling up around the edges of the skull. And the body begins to move and shift, and its arms raise, and it starts to pull itself out of this hotel. And unfortunately, with this nat 20, you've ripped the door right off of this little passenger cell.
Good luck.
Did anybody else hear screaming? I think I heard screaming.
Yeah, so did I.
What'd you say?
Voss, you're right behind her as this creature starts to extend itself.
Can I start shooting?
You absolutely can, anytime you like.
I'm
The sooner
using that
sounds like
laser
the better.
pistol.
I'm glad I went to the top.
Okay. Standard attack range for you, if you would like. We don't really need to worry about initiative just yet because it's slow. It's moving very slowly. It's not difficult to hit.
I'm gonna come
not
over
even
the
slightest.
over the comm. So, what'd you guys find?
Your pistol is going to be a 2d6 in damage for this survival pistol. Who took the other survival pistol, by the way?
Good luck, Fives. He gave it to me.
Yep.
Oh,
You're fucked.
So
Meanwhile, I'm just
wait.
gonna poke rats. So put your comms back on.
All right, for the love of fuck, hang on. He takes off the
no
helmet.
way!
What?
Did you see that? I rolled 2 6s.
Do you need a
fantastic.
third one? I'll give you a third one.
You would.
So as Carol stands in sort of stunned silence, Voss quickly thinking, like, just comes up over her shoulder and sidearm gats this fucking corpse, just shooting, pulling the trigger, pumping it full of fucking energy. And it does react. It shakes and screams and bleeds, but it's still moving. And these screams are beginning to be echoed throughout this ship.
I'd just like to say the fireworks made that perfect because if it caught on mic, it sounded like someone rapid firing a gun.
Mike, you see the two pilots. The first one, the one in the actual pilot seat on the right-hand side, flips forward. Its helmet comes off, ripping the skin off of the head as it does, and it starts to scream, and you can feel it through the metal. Even with your everything off, the magnetic clamps can feel this vibration shaking underneath you in this little thin box. And it turns around and sprints out of the room. The other one leans forward and looks up to see you.
Hi, fuckface! You want to
can
turn on the
clearly
engines?
see the 1, 2, and then that third eye open up beneath the black helmet.
I want to get that looked at. Doesn't look too healthy. You want to turn on the,
What the fuck? Sorry, I had to deal with something. What did I miss?
turn on the engines, weirdo!
So, are we going to be doing anything? You going to tell anybody anything, or are we just going to go ahead and head into combat?
So I'm gonna have Voss shout insect puppet masters and shout for
I'm sorry, that sounds a little derogatory toward me.
I don't think she cares right now.
Not trying to be PC. There's a monster.
And then she yells for Carol to follow and moves to get off the flippin' ship while they're still able to.
Okay, that time I definitely heard screaming.
Ah, shit.
Should we go help them, or should we stay up here where it's safe?
I don't know. I'm having a staring contest with my new buddy here.
Wait,
Although
what?
I think he's going to win. He has one more eye than I do.
I'm gonna look over. What the hell is that? Ratso, what did you find?
I think it was a guy.
You only see the one pilot that's still there, who's leaning forward and staring up at Ratso. But, Purity, could you make a perception check for me real quick, as Ratso is currently engaged in a...
Can I do something with this, the thing that's still at the controls?
I was gonna tell him to poke it in the eye.
Well,
it's through the glass.
Yeah, it's inside the cockpit.
Okay,
Can I try and fuck with it to get it to actually activate the engines? Is there a way I could convince it or intimidate it or do something like that in order to actually get it to do something? Or is it just mindless?
I will let you roll.
What would I be rolling specifically?
Oh, intimidate, bluff.
All right, I'm going to do intimidate because I think I have the highest in that. Where is it? Yeah, that's a +8. All right. All right, that is a 12.
So you're kind of sitting there making the monkey fucking a coconut gestures and giving him the finger and doing all kinds of stuff. And the pilot is just watching you. And it slowly turns its gaze back down to the console. And it hovers its hand over a button. Would you like to make a perception check to see what the button is?
Sure.
If you get high enough, I'll even let you make another roll.
Hang on a second, because my perception is +10, so that's a 24.
Fantastic. He is holding the button for an emergency evacuation, something that would cause the pilot screen to fly out in case of an emergency. So I'm going to let you go ahead and make a reflex save to not get nailed by this fucking window.
And that is along with my reflex save should be relatively good. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Ooh, and that is a 9, so that's a 14.
Ah, fantastic. You're going to take D10 of damage for me as this windscreen clips you on the way out.
Okay, a D10 worth. So are you going to roll that or you want me to?
I can roll it.
All right.
You shouldn't have let me roll it.
Ow. Okay.
That is 10 damage for those at home.
Yep. So that's coming off of that. And I still haven't healed from the 3 I took earlier, so that... All right. Okay, I
my
have
perception roll you wanted me to do was 16.
Coolio.
I don't know if it still matters. I'm just going to sit back and let Ratso deal with this. Unless he calls for help.
So it would have mattered, but Ratso got winged by the door.
Does he still have the slow fall?
No, you had to beat a certain number in order to see what was going to happen. But it's regardless. So that brings us with with this creature that is slowly reaching up and out of the cockpit. Are you guys gonna sit here and try and fight? Are you gonna try and run? Like, what's the dealio? You see that the ship is relatively intact. If you could, I don't know, be an exterminator and hang out, or you could try your luck somewhere else. You know where this is, after all.
Okay, I have an idea of what I want to do. So this thing is up on the top of the ship now, right? It
is very slowly climbing up. It is not all the way up yet. He's probably about shoulders out of the canopy.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll an acrobatics check to leap over him and land on the control console below to activate the engines.
Okay. Fantastic.
So let's see here. Acrobatics is a plus 12.
I'd like to remind you, you put the bombs in the end.
That's the reason why I'm activating it.
Okay.
All right, that's a plus 12, so that's a 16.
Okay. Carolyn Voss, are you still trying to run to escape those creatures?
It was.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to need both of you to make a reflex save as the engines explode around you.
I'm just gonna slow fall the fuck off this
I
thing.
thought I was going to have to roll an engineering check to figure out where the actual mechanism was.
No.
The big
So you
red
said
button, that's the
reflex?
start.
Yes.
What is that under? I'm sorry.
On the right-hand side of the sheet, you will see armor class and saving throws, then attack bonuses. Under
Okay.
saving throws, you have a reflex, and under total is the amount.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
13.
16.
Also, Mike, for clarification, that was 100% my 300 for the DM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was just for me. So, we had a 13 and a what?
16.
13 and a 16. Fantastic. Kim, you're going to take halved, so just 1d10. Nugget, you're going to take 2d10 of damage.
Five.
14.
Fantastic. So as these engines detonate around you, Voss is lightly buffeted. You take a little bit of shrapnel in the suit, but your regular armor, like the sealant, works pretty immaculately. It's meant for emergency crises like these. Voss is a little bit behind you, still rather stunned silent at the idea of this creature infesting another human's brain. And she wasn't running quite as fast and is caught in both sides of this explosion and is expelled out over the sand.
You mean Carol? You said boss.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carol, yes. So, Trala, you just watched Carol get launched out of the back of the ship like a fucking rocket after Ratso jumped into the cockpit.
Wildcard.
How are we feeling about our chances of survival, guys?
I mean, I blew up the ship, so that's got to at least kill something.
Yeah, I'm just kind of slow falling off and using my weapon, so I'm good.
I'm ready to kill the rat.
Many have tried, all have failed.
Some have come close.
He did get chucked down a pit at one point.
This is true. And I went into a weird elevator after I burned the family to death.
So I'm shouting that I'm not sure that we're safe yet.
Do you think?
No, from the bugs.
Oh.
So,
I shot him with lasers, and they were still alive.
very true. Mike, as you land and you detonate the back, it does toss the guy who was following you, like who was staring at you, that you jumped over. It tosses him backward. He's now laying on his back, looking up at you. His helmet is pulled partially up to his face, and you can see his gnashing teeth because he's bitten his lips entirely clean off of his face.
Oh, shit. All right, so he's in like a prone position right now?
Yeah, he's laying supine, like on his back.
I'm gonna
I'm
cut his
sorry,
head
I'm
off.
eating a pretzel.
I'm cutting his head off.
Okay, so this would be definitely at advantage because you've got him flat-footed on a coup de grace kind of moment. So go ahead and roll twice with your melee attack.
Okay.
Normally you can auto hit, but this guy is not going down easy, and you don't know if it'll kill him.
Well, the first one is a 19 plus this would be my melee attack bonus.
Yep.
So that's a 19 plus 3, that's a 22. The other one would be a 13.
Good enough. Go ahead and roll your damage.
For both?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll let you use both swords.
So that's 2d6 plus 10. That's fine. 5 and a 7 plus 10, so that's 17 total damage.
Cool.
To his neck.
So you sort of come down with this double hand chop, just bzz, as both of these sun saber swords cut right into this guy's neck. And the head is peeled back from the body, and out of its esophagus and out of the veins comes crawling these little insects. But the body isn't moving anymore. You've severed some kind of connection as the head goes rolling off the front of the ship and down into the dunes. But its body is quickly being subsumed by what looks like a swarm of these thick black-shelled beetles.
Yeah, I know when to get out when the getting's good. I'm out of this shit.
I'm just gonna finally land on the ground a little ways away from them. What the fuck?
I am doing a ninja jump off of the roof.
I'm
and
just watching go.
And running the fuck around to where everybody else is.
Oh, that was an adventure, gang.
We live!
So, Kim, you feel, or Voss feels a light buzzing in her pocket as the hand scanner starts kicking up.
Oh boy.
Run.
Oh, I check it.
Roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
And if it comes up as a 3, re-roll it, please.
5.
Okay, let's see what fun we have in store. Okay. I'm so sorry.
I'm noticing a pattern with you.
I mean, honestly,
You're
is there an option that you wouldn't have said I'm so sorry about?
Yeah, actually, there's 2 that I like. You know what? I'm going to shift this one to being a nice one, which will take cover over the second 300 for the team. I just want you all to know that this is a reprieve that has been given, not earned.
It's because of all the bits everybody gave.
Correct. So as you guys kind of march forward and start to discuss the happenings in that horrifying ship that you blew up, there is, in fact, a ping from Voss's hand scanner, and another ship has been identified. The slow sweeping of the scanner finally finding a match for something that could be considered space-worthy, in fact. Not far off from where you are now, probably a couple 100 meters or so. Enough time that it would take you probably 20 to 30 minutes of full walking to get there.
Well,
As hesitant as I am to take a risk, there is another ship, and it's not too far.
Whatever you guys did to set off the bugs, maybe if we find something like that on this ship, we don't touch it?
I agree.
I touch everything.
Ratsa, we will tie your hands up again.
You go to hell.
I'm just imagining his gestures for "you go to hell."
He still hasn't turned on his fucking.
No, he did.
No,
I had him turn it
I
on.
did turn it on when I was on top of the before I looked in the cockpit. I turned it on.
Yeah, I
Oh, you
kept
did?
poking him.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic. Okay. So, you guys don't have anything to say to each other about what just happened, considering some people got exploded?
Carol is just like fat kid heaving, trying to catch her breath.
Do you need a minute?
Boy, yeah, I'll be fine.
You sure?
Just need a can of corn, I'll be fine. Oh yeah.
Can we warn people next time that there's going to be explosions?
He really doesn't.
I mean, that works both ways there, Mr. Ratso.
Oh shit!
Did you realize you were muted?
No, I did not. Indeed. Oh god. All right. So what am I doing?
So, like I said, I have terrible drawings for my visual aids here.
Hey, at least it's something.
It gives us an idea. That's all that matters.
So, the ship that you have come across is a significantly large one. As you crest the next area, casually bickering amongst yourselves and wondering if you should maybe leave somebody for dead.
We need him now, because we can throw him at things. Or at least I can.
Well, shit.
It's what
You
you're
find-
good for.
A truly enormous, what looks to be a private vessel of some kind. It's too long and elegant and artistically built to be any form of like freighter or military ship. It's definitely some kind of rich kid's cruise vessel of some sort.
Hippie ship.
Trap.
Now, it is, in fact, in a crater. It looks like it's been dragged down to the ground as well. But there are portions of the ship that are still perfectly fine, thanks to the sheer size of the damn thing. And it even looks like it may have secondary vehicle bays towards the back of the ship. A lot of rich kids like to have their, their planetary and then their interstellar vessels paired together instead of pairing just one to do both.
Hey. All right, let's break in.
Should we look for any kind of openings that might already be there?
Or I can make some. Zing.
No. No. If we're going to use this to possibly get off the planet, we want it intact.
The primary ship doesn't look like it would be space capable, but there's always a possibility of a secondary ship. But there could also be supplies here. That's something you don't know.
Can I scan to see if I can get some schematics for this kind of thing, or...
You could try. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
Even with your bonuses, that's not going to cut it.
No.
So the thing about starship hulls is that they're literally meant to push off radiation and external signals. That's what they're designed to do to keep the crew alive and relatively cancer-free. And unfortunately, your scanner works through penetrative scans, through either sound or radiation or mechanical scanning, and it literally cannot penetrate the outside of this ship.
Can I climb up to the top and see if there might be any way for me to get in that way?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a dexterity check actually an acrobatics check for me.
Acrobatics is ability mod. I look at the ability mod, or do I look at the total?
Total.
Okay. Damn. So that's plus 10, so that's 22.
All right. So you fairly nimbly climb up to the top of this ship, and you find yourself sort of on the top of the deck where there's sort of like a stargazing area for people to go to if they had spacesuits and things like that, for mid-flight stargazing. There's sort of like a Lido deck thing going on, and you can definitely maneuver to get into one of the decks via the doors up there. They don't even look locked.
I'm gonna leave a trail of webbing so that they can come up too if they want to.
Oh, cool. Could you take D6 of damage for me?
You're a dick. D6.
That's the cube. The regular die. Yep.
Okay. 2.
All right, so you feel a sting, like your skin has been sunburnt or something as you lower down this rope.
Ah, son of a... What the fuck?
Is anybody going to be joining her?
I'm gonna, because she said that and she's on mic. I'm gonna say, what happened?
I don't know. It burned to make my webbing.
Good luck.
Get your asses up here. I didn't work this hard to make the webbing for you for nothing.
Don't you naturally excrete that? Isn't it just like a nastiness you have to get rid of?
No. I don't have to get rid of it.
And I don't have to shit either, but I choose to.
I'm pretty sure you do.
You don't know that.
Choose to. Jesus
Just get
Christ,
up the
how
fucking
horrifying.
webbing, rat. Or I'm going to grab you with some.
He's like a sloth. He only has to go once every couple months.
Yeah. Look, I have rodents. Trust me. That is not how it works with rodents.
Pull me up. I don't feel like exuding the effort.
Nope. Climb the fucking rope, you rat.
Alright, he's gonna climb the rope.
Tia.
I'm not, it's still not connected to me. I tied it off.
I know. Could you make a perception check for me?
Okay. Oh, thank God. I made sure for that one. Perception is...
This is going to be fun because there's a rule in play that you're going to have to figure out. Just by experimentation.
8, 9.
A 9?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's
You
lower
gave-
than another number, we get a mega fail.
We'll find out. You gave Ratso the middle finger and kind of leaned back like, fuck him. And as you look around, you actually find a surprisingly nice, like, it's like a shawl, like a towel shawl kind of thing. It's just resting against a chair.
I'm going to poke it.
It's just a piece of cloth. It's actually fairly nice. In fact, after poking it and touching it, even through your suit, you have a little bit of a tactile sense that's built into the suit that lets you feel things. And this is made of silk from your home planet.
Huh. These things go for a ton of money.
They do, in fact.
I'm going to put it in my bag.
Oh no.
Zoratzo, are you going to climb up on top?
Oh, no.
Is anybody else going to come up on top while Mike is muted?
I'm muted.
I was actually going to try and circle the ship just to see if there was another way on board without climbing up, since apparently she got hurt doing that.
No, I only got hurt making the webbing. You're fine. He got up here fine.
I'm-
You should be fine.
I'm going to climb up on the roof.
Yeah, you make it up there. It's pretty easy thanks to
You know
Tia.
what? I'll show Ratso the thing.
And show him the silk, yeah.
Hey, look what I found, Rat.
Oh, look at that. Something special. What is it?
It's a shawl. You wear it to look nice. It's worth money.
Ah. I don't know what that is.
Or what do we use?
He
Credit?
doesn't know what money.
No, I know what money is. I just don't know what a shawl is.
It's something you put over your... Humans put it over their shoulders to look pretty.
Oh. You're still ugly.
I'm gonna throw you overboard later. Wait, did you say I'm still ugly or it?
All of it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm just gonna put it in my bag.
And to answer your question, Tia, the Starfinder standard is credits, but money is fine.
Okay, I didn't know.
Dollary dues, who fucking cares? It's space. So, Voss and Carol, are you guys going to come on up?
No, Carol's gonna stay down for this one.
Carol's had enough bullshit for today.
I'm still wanting to just kind of circle the ship and see.
Okay, yeah, you absolutely can.
Okay.
Carol kind of sits down and has a power bar break, just really done with the day already.
I don't blame her. If you need a
She had
bandage,
that.
I found something we can use. If not, we can sell this.
Sell it all. I want money to buy more cheese. Because you made me burn the damn Cheetos.
You couldn't
thought you didn't
wait.
know
I
what
would
money
have
was.
unlocked it when the thing crashed.
No, I said I knew what money was. I just didn't know what a shawl was.
Oh my gosh.
In rat culture, we just call that a newspaper.
Why do you call it just a... Okay. Well,
Because
maybe
we're rats, goddammit.
maybe we'll find some cheese inside the ship once everyone gets aboard. Well, almost everyone.
I
Carol,
call
take
anything
five.
cheese related that we find.
Deal. I don't like cheese.
All right, let's go kill everybody inside then.
So while I'm circling the ship, I'm also looking around the ship to see if I see any like tracks or anything.
Mm-hmm. So this desert of sorts is almost entirely lunar dust, and you know very well from the past couple minutes that you very easily leave tracks behind. That if something was following you, it'd be able to find you pretty fucking easily.
Yeah.
And by that, because of how fine this silicate dust is, you can definitely tell that nothing has been around this ship in a very long time. Or at least, if it has, it didn't touch the ground when it did. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Can I start singing Space Odyssey?
No, it's come sail away. So
Oh, no coming race here.
I guess after I'm done looking around, I would go ahead and climb up.
Okay. So
Let's
you
send the
make a
rat in
full
first.
circuit of the ship, and then you climb up that same rope that Purity's character let down.
Let's have Ratso go in first.
Kill.
Rat.
Carol's still sitting down there eating a power bar, just done.
Yeah, no. Let's let her have her moment. She needs it. I'm gonna poke Ratso. You go in first.
Ratso takes out his double lightsabers and immediately jumps in the hole.
Mike, I'm going to need you to take a d6 of damage.
Why?
Go ahead and do it.
Okay.
You want me- Should I have cast Load Fall on him?
No.
Wait, there are doors. You could have just went in the doors.
Well, he decided to do what he decided to do. He jumps down through a hatch into the lower
That
deck
is a
of the ship.
1.
Fantastic. You only take 1 damage. So you land on the deck plating rather nimbly, actually. And as you stand up, you feel a burning sensation in your gut, like somebody just stabbed you. But It's only there for just a hair of a moment. And as you stand up upright and kind of like stretch it out, it's like, fuck, what was that? You feel okay. There's still like an ache on your stomach, especially like.
Can
your
I
abdomen.
roll physics right now to discern what just happened to me? Because I think I know what just happened to me.
You absolutely can. I will give you what happens according to physics.
So that would be my profession?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a plus.
Oh
2.
no, the sciences, life, it's the one that isn't life sciences.
The
physical science, psych.
Okay,
physics.
yeah. All right, I have a +7 to that. That works out well.
No, let it be said, I don't know my rolls.
That is a 12.
Fantastic. In terms of physics, you maybe just ate something bad recently.
That doesn't fill me. So seeing as how I rolled a 12, that doesn't fill me with confidence. But I think I know what happened to me in reality, but I'm not going to say it.
You can say it if you want.
I'll leave it for mysticism's sake.
If you guys get the rule, I will outright tell you what the rule is.
Okay, I think I got zapped with radiation.
No.
Oh, god damn it.
In fact, the hand scanner would have told you if there's radiation. There is no radiation on this ship. It seems like the drive is off.
And it seemed like anytime we did any kind of physical action, we received a burning sensation that dealt damage.
It burns when I pee.
Is our kinetic energy being redirected into something that's hurting us?
That would be fun if it weren't for the fact that that's not what happened to Trala at all. But we'll find out, won't we?
Fair enough. Ratso's gonna search the inside of the ship.
Okay, so you're coming up and around the ship and checking in corners. Go ahead and make a perception roll for me. Everybody else, are you going to be following Ratso inside, or?
I'm gonna... Voss, go see those doors? Go in there and use the scanner.
That is a 28.
Fantastic. So is anybody going in?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the doors.
We
You
used
said
the
they weren't
smart
locked,
way. We
so-
didn't jump through the hole.
Yeah, you pop open the door, you use your scanner, and you realize that the door is not locked at all. There's no power running through the ship. Most of it's emergency power. Like, things are just barely working in order to get doors open and do emergency services and things like that. These main doors pop open to reveal a regular airlock that you would find on a normal ship, like a transference airlock that leads to a grand staircase that goes down into a wide built, like, sort of like a party deck. It's almost like a grand hall. So you guys can go through and filter through that, the airlock if you want.
Does our scans turn up anything?
Yeah, once we open the door and...
I mean, the same things that it has been. The materials of the ship, the location, the gravity, all the basic stuff. There's nothing coming up that would seem to be harmful. There's nothing reading in the air. There's no radiation. At least not that you can tell.
Okay.
Oh,
And one last thing before I get to Mike's roll. So, Carol, could you make a roll for me, a perception roll, if you would, and I will come back to you on it as soon as I'm done.
Okay.
So, Mike, you're 28. You drop down. You're in more or less like this is definitely a supply area of some kind. There's enough supplies here to last somebody a very long time. None of it seems to be opened. It's not generally made for carbon-based life forms. It looks like it was more keyed for androids and like other spare parts, but there is food and water and things.
Here's my question. Is there anything that is cheese related?
That's a good question. Yes, there is, in fact.
All right, I'm taking a bag of whatever is filled with cheese and just eating it.
There is a rather large old-style larder, like a cupboard that you would keep your cheese in. non-refrigerated and all. But it seems to be full of a strangely like eclectic and really expensive style of cheese. Just a wide variety. There's every kind you can think of.
Oh, God, jackpot! I'm ripping off the helmet and going to town on the cheese. Fuck everything else.
Fantastic.
Oh God, it's so good. Yeah.
So, Carol, what was your perception check?
It was an 18.
Fantastic. So, you're sitting out there watching these people disappear into the ship and just kind of just a little bit done already. And you kind of lean back and lay on the soft silicate sand and make little snow angels and sort of just hang out when you realize the sun is starting to peak over the horizon. Like, it's starting to dip, I should say, not peak. And it's starting to very slowly sink past the horizon. It's going to be sunset very soon.
Oh my, it's starting to get real late. I hope those guys are alright.
You're welcome to join us.
Oh God, so much cheese. Keep in mind, he left the comm open when he took off the helmet, so that's all you're hearing is just the gnawing noises and semi-orgasms.
Mike, what would be the best thing for Ratso in this moment of finding cheese? What would be even better for him?
Finding money?
Okay, so as you lift up a particularly moldy section of Gouda that is this delicious blue mold folded all the way through it, you pick it up and you see just beneath it is a 5-credit chip.
Ooh. This is mine. Nobody can prove that it wasn't mine. It's mine.
Yep.
He's gonna shove that inside his spacesuit.
So, Trala and Voss, you've walked in through the airlock, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this airlock, it cycles and lets you inside. The ship itself is still maintaining atmosphere, surprisingly. It seems like whatever emergency power is still very gently got the AC kicked on. Or not the AC, but the
Probably the AC too, and the
life support. There you go.
Environmental controls.
Exactly. All that. And the AC. It's actually pleasantly cool in here. Fuck you.
So we can take off our helmets.
Yeah, you can if you like.
All right.
I already did that.
I'm gonna make sure our scanner doesn't show anything wrong in the atmosphere, right?
Still doesn't show anything.
Yep. I confirm that everything's good, and it's, I guess, even better than outside, right? Because the air is not as thin.
Yeah.
All right,
So.
I'll take off my helmet. Can I? Is it like? Is there enough room for me to actually stretch out finally and stuff?
Yes, this it's basically built with a far more affluent aesthetic. So
Oh
everything
my
in here is
God,
wider
so
and
good.
taller.
I can stretch out. I love it.
With the sun setting around me, is there anything peculiar going on?
Thank you for asking.
I can hear his smile.
Can you?
Yes.
So you just looked at that horizon and then turning around. I'm not even going to make you roll for this part because you asked. You see stars gently drifting across the sand.
Like literally
Stars,
across the stand?
one after the other, coming to life as the shadows deepen and darken, and they drift like little motes of light over the dunes, softly swinging in a non-existent breeze. And they are approaching.
Approaching me?
They're approaching the sunset, and it's definitely coming toward you.
My face is too busy being buried in cheese at the moment.
If you
to
can
notice
get up
any
that
of these.
rope, you might want to.
Yeah, Carol definitely wants to start closing in towards the others.
Fantastic. You don't want to stick around and maybe see what happens?
I think I'm alright.
Okay. So you very swiftly pack away that power bar and then sprint to the side of the ship and climb up that fiber. Tia, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Could you roll a d6 and take that in damage, please?
Why? I'm not connected to it anymore. Oh, you... Oh. Oh, I think I know what you're doing. Is that 6? No. Oh,
It's the square one.
This one?
Yep.
Shit. Hold on. I'm trying to get... Oh, wait, we go like that. Okay, I remember now. Fuck.
Fantastic. So, Tia, you're down in the ship. You're walking down that staircase, and you are suddenly hit like something gut punches you. And leaves you wheezing for breath, which it's a good thing that it's so nice and aerated in here.
What the fuck was that? What the hell hit me?
What happened?
I don't know. Something feels like something just hit me. Ah!
Do you want a piece of cheese?
Nah, I'm good. I just want to know what the hell hit me.
Okay, good. I was gonna eat this anyway.
Feels like that lizard hit me.
So, do I see them?
Yeah, you see them through the airlock, and you can quickly cycle through as well.
If anything, I just kind of want to tell them that the sun's setting and we should be getting a move on if we're gonna do any.
Well, we can't go anywhere. Hey, break the rope.
If I break the rope, would that hurt her in any way?
I don't know.
God, because if we don't, then they can climb up the rope too.
All right, Ratso's willing to do it. Where is it?
Outside.
You came up the damn rope.
I don't have a very good memory, in case you haven't noticed. I'm
If
still
I
stuck on
unhook it, would
cheese.
it cause any pain to me?
Only one way to find out.
Fuck it, I'll go do
Gonna
it.
You
tell
assume that I care.
Rat, stay here or I destroy your cheese.
Too late. I already ate it all.
I'll find whatever left is in this place. Fine, go break it. Fuck it, I'm gonna get hurt either way. I feel like anything that's connected to us or that we put down causes us pain. Like that fucking candle. That's what this is reminding me of, almost. I'm faster than Ratso, so I should be able to get to the thing first. Hold on. Wait, it's not broken. Hold on, guys. I'm having a problem with Discord. I need to restart it. Give me a second. I'd like to know who's fucking... If you guys hear that, I am so sorry.
There we go.
For a minute.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
My
no.
Discord's going wonky. Somebody's like using their fucking car as a boombox outside, so I'm sorry in advance because they're right
I can't
outside
hear
my
it.
window.
We can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
hear it.
Okay, fantastic. Mike, could you roll a d10 for me?
What
Okay.
did I miss?
Mike was going to go up and cut your rope. You told him to fuck off or you'd blow up the cheese, and he said he already ate it all.
All right, I rolled a 7 for the D10.
Okay. So, Mike, as you come walking out of that supply center and like into that main area where they were standing and talking about it, you claim like, yeah, I already ate it. Doesn't matter. You look around and There is another piece of cheese on a table nearby. It's a piece of cheddar literally just sitting on a plate.
I've just filled my entire stomach with cheese from various other things. I will wait for later. And then I will consume you.
You're just going to pack it into a pack?
Yeah.
Oh, is this going to be a ghost ship situation?
I already suspected that, but...
Greed. I am going to show the others what I found, though.
And what's that?
The shawl.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can show them. It is a very fine silk shawl that is made up with surprisingly wonderfully embroidered scene of a forest with, it looks like thousands of Han, which is Tia's species, floating through the air in the night sky. They look like they're hunting something.
Isn't it pretty? Why is it here, though?
I mean, is that a common thing to be found around your people, or is
Only
it
the
like something
rich
else?
people have it. We usually make it to sell. First we find cheese, which Ratso likes. Well, no, first I find the shawl, then Ratso finds cheese. It seems like the ship is giving us... I don't really want a shawl, but things that...
Oh my god.
It's a ghost ship situation.
You're doing an Event Horizon.
Am I doing an Event Horizon? I don't think so.
You're doing the opposite of an Event Horizon. Either that or this is the equivalency of the Wish Planet from Star Trek.
I mean, you got cheese, but...
All right, well, how's about this? If the ship is reading our minds and giving us the things that we want most, how's about we do this? Everybody think of one thing. Everybody think of the same one thing, and we'll see if it shows up.
It's like Ghostbusters.
What should we all think of? We're not
thinking
of cheese.
I've always wanted a BFG 9000.
All right.
I was gonna say some kind of useful thing like spare.
It's a gun. It's gonna be useful if something comes after us.
Okay.
So everybody standing around envisioning what Ratso said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol, are you doing it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody who is envisioning, go ahead and roll a d6 and take that much damage for me.
Ah, okay. Now
except for Mike.
Okay.
Guy got a 6, and then I hit it again.
I trust your judgment.
I want to be honest.
Ooh. So Carol got a 6, Trala got a 6, and Voss got a 5. So the three of you just get doubled over in pain. Ratso's just standing there oblivious to the whole situation.
Wow, is there something I said?
I don't like this ship.
Neither do I. Should we wish for a new ship?
No more wishing, please.
I don't know. It feels like it's like greed-based or something.
Yeah,
where's my gun?
Yeah, but shouldn't it hurt the greedy one that wanted it?
It's an evil ship.
No, it hurts the people that facilitate my greed. I'm okay.
I think I need to rest.
Oh, by the way, can I make the argument that eating all of that cheese restored some amount of my health?
Yeah, would eating restore our health?
I don't like the eating restores health thing.
Okay.
But in this case, because of how much of a sick little glutton you are, absolutely.
How much?
Go ahead and roll a d12, and you get that back.
Roll a d12? Okay. Let's see. 12.
So the four of you find yourself there in the main room, kind of wondering what the fuck is going on. The rest of the ship has yet to be explored. You've really only seen Ratso come out of a supply closet that he dropped into from the deck. And everyone else has been in sort of a primary open gala area.
Oh, I'm low on health, or at least for my
On-
shielding.
On the upper floor, there looks to be 6 different rooms, like suites of some kind, and a bridge. And past the supply area, Ratso would have seen an entrance to the rear of the ship, although there are other like side walking entrances that head to the rear as well. And the rear is where those secondary vehicle bays were.
All right, I'm going to the rear.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Anybody doing anything different?
Where were the other places?
So there are 6 rooms upstairs and a bridge above that.
I'm gonna head to the bridge to kind of explore.
Okay.
I can just shimmy up walls and shit, so.
I'm gonna sneak around into the rooms.
Oh, cool. Okay. So we're going to handle Trala, then Carol, and then our duo. So Trala, you head up to the bridge and you find it relatively pristine. This is a standard luxury cruiser of a kind, and being up here, you can clearly see where the damage is. Parts of the bridge are clearly barricaded off, closed down for the impact that happened, but the main canopy area where the captain would sit, that has the significant amount of the controls, is still sitting there partially intact, at least for the most part. It looks like there's some wiring and some panels loose and things, but nothing that wouldn't be too difficult to repair if you wanted a full diagnostic of the ship.
Alright, what do I have to roll to try to repair it so I can kind of check?
You would need a significant engineering roll of some kind, and if you are not trained in it, you will need to find somebody who is.
Alright, I'm gonna get over the
While you're dealing with that, Carol, you start sneaking off towards the room, which is very scary how stunningly quiet an 8-foot tall 300-pound lizard is. You just go into this stalk mode, sort of just leaning down and zipping between cover, point after point after point, until you finally come to the rooms. Now, these are locked. They look like they're suite doors that should have been either locked or unlocked in some form of panic, and when the power shut down, they stayed that way. But they don't look to be very strong if you'd like to try and kick one down or break one open, or even, if you could, lockpick. They do have their own standard tumblers on top of having an electronic key as well.
I think I'm just gonna try and kick one down.
Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
What are you doing, silly?
That's a 10.
That's all right. These are very flimsy doors. A 5 would have gone in, honestly. So you sort of put your heel to the door and just put your weight behind it and kick. And it snaps off of its hinges and just tumbles into this sort of pristine, almost hotel room of a sort. It looks like a wide, expensive suite covered in silks and relative comfort everywhere. It is empty, though.
And I'm sure it's empty. I don't see any traces of anyone.
Exactly. You don't see anybody.
Does she have any senses like smelling or anything like that, where she could maybe smell somebody or anything like that?
She has the ability, because her eyes have eldritch powers, that she can't be outflanked.
Hey, does my paranormal investigator stuff, is anything useful for maybe sensing anything around?
So sensing, no, you're not generally a mage of sorts.
So it's not going to be useful for any kind of investigation when it comes to
Your
whatever's going
paranormal
on.
investigation would come in handy for paranormal events.
Oh, you mean like the shit that's been going on to us?
You could try and roll on... I would let you go for a raw intelligence check to try and figure out what's going on, to see if it matches up with anything that you know of.
Intelligence. So we go by the score or by the modifier?
By the modifier. Okay. You roll a d20 and add that mod.
Yeah, no, I'm an idiot. 8, 9, 10.
Out of 10?
Yeah,
that's all right. So 10 would get you very, very limited basic information. I mean, there's a million different types of ghosts and bullshit this could be, and you know for a fact you've seen fucking ghosts more than once. You know that there is an afterlife and an afterworld, and that these kinds of things can happen and classify. But this, if it is paranormal, it's very active paranormal, because it seems to happen whenever one of you does things, not when you don't. You know? There's nothing happening around you currently, or anybody for that matter.
So when we think certain things, or when we...
That's hard to parse out. Until you figure out the rule, that's about all you know, is that this is a keyed action of you doing
Oh, can
something.
I look for like a black box?
You can. You are up in the cabin. You can go ahead and make an engineering roll for me.
$15, 16, 17, I think. Let me double check.
So while she's doing that,
17.
Carol, are you going to be doing anything else in that room?
If Carol doesn't see anything of interest, if anything, she's probably looking for like a bandage or something. She just got her ass whooped.
No, that's interesting that you say of interest. On the bed, you do see it looks like somebody abandoned an assault rifle here.
Just laying around.
Just laying on the bed, on the pillow, like somebody made the bed for the gun.
It's tucked into the... It's tucked in under the blanket.
Pretty much.
Carol's taking the gun.
Okay, you pick it up. It has a full magazine in it of 30 shots. And this is going to be a 3d6 per shot using your ranged attack.
Am I able to like take the shawl and scan it and look at it in any way using my investigation skills to see if it's what it seems?
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, for the black box, I got 17.
Okay. So you do know that there is a black box, and you know that it wouldn't be at the front of the ship.
Okay.
That most of the time these things are put towards the rear, because that's generally... a lot of ships tend to nosedive. Let's be honest.
All right.
When you're drunk and you're not paying attention and you drive in an atmosphere, that's kind of what happens.
Well, I'm gonna take out the shawl and take another look at it.
Okay. And while you're doing that, go ahead and make a perception check for me. I'm going to switch over to Ratso and Voss. Ratso and Voss, you're heading towards the back of the ship. As you sort of navigate through these back supply tunnels and everything, you come back across the room where Mike originally dropped down. That's a wide open sort of supply closet. There's a larder there. There's a couple bits of like personal effects, trunks, all that kind of thing laying about. There's definitely like a kitchenette.
What?
Let's search through their personal belongings.
I mean,
I want to see how many. I want to see how many children were orphaned.
Gosh, might be able to tell what species they were too.
All right, I'm gonna go over to one of the trunks and open it. Can I just open it normally, or do I have to cut the lock off?
So these, because they were personal effects on a small cruise ship, they probably wouldn't be locked. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
All right, I'm gonna start opening them and see what's inside.
Okay, so as you pop each one of them open, you just mostly just personal effects, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And That's like clothing, and they're mostly humanoid-esque, or at least somewhere in the realm of. They could be androids. They could be a lot of different things. But as you get to your third case of just kind of looking through, it is a children's like little trunk. It's definitely children's clothing of a kind. But in that trunk, there are 3 concussion grenades.
Oh, well, what little fucker smuggled these on board? I'm putting these in my mouth.
Gosh.
He's gonna shove the 3 in there to replace the 3 frag grenades that he's used.
Voss, you watch as this rat stuffs grenades into his cheek pockets.
I'm sorry, I gotta orient these things in my mouth a little bit better. What did you say?
Never seen anyone do that, so yeah.
Is there any underwear in any of these?
I mean, yeah, there's male, female.
I want to know
like.
what the most embarrassing underwear is in this bunch.
I I suppose that depends on what you would call embarrassing. There's definitely like lingerie and things like that in this. This is definitely
we're talking like something that you would be embarrassed to wear in public, kind of thing.
Okay, these are mostly like affluent people. Think like a boat full of fucking Instagram models crash landed here. So the vast majority of the stuff is like, it looks like sexy clothing made for a sexy night out on whatever the fuck these idiots were doing.
Is there leopard print underwear in there?
Absolutely.
I'm going to wear that on my head.
Okay, you do that.
That's it.
Are you going to share any of those grenades with Voss?
I just shoved all 3 of them in my mouth, so no.
Okay.
You never know when you're gonna need 3 concussion grenades.
I'm gonna come over the. I got a 11 or 12.
Okay. Unfortunately, your scans on that shawl come up to show that, I mean, aside from probability of it being here being astronomically high, it's surprisingly fine. Like
I'm putting it on a chair. I don't trust it.
Okay, you just put it down and put it.
Nope.
Just walk away.
Yeah, it's like nope. I'm gonna get on the on the comms though and go. Is anyone really good with engineering?
I mean, I think I am.
Get your ass up here and help me fix this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proficient in engineering, so.
And be careful if you see anything that looks like something you could really use. I suggest maybe not picking it up because some fucky shit's been going on. And I have a feeling the stuff we've been finding has a part in it. The rat found something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Leave it to him. Let him learn the hard way.
What'd she say? I found my underwear.
She said that you should definitely hold on to those concussion grenades.
He just like jumbles them around in his mouth a little bit with his tongue, and she can see him passing them between cheeks.
I give a shudder as I say, I need to go help in engineering.
Just absolutely still full of cheese slime.
Oh. God, I'm glad these don't get animated.
This is never getting...
Never say never, you'll get bored enough eventually.
Do you know how big my backlog is at the moment?
Eventually it has to end, theoretically.
Yeah, I know. Eventually it has to end, but I think I'll be 40 by the time that happens. Oh, God.
Fantastic. So, Voss, you're going to leave Ratso there?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, he seems to have things under control.
I just picture him rolling around in the underwear now.
I'm wearing it as a hat. It's to prove my dominance.
Is that just something from your culture?
Maybe.
So, Carol, you come back out of that room with a brand new assault rifle.
Oh wait, was
that-
Carol should have been able to hear that too. Oh, everyone's not wearing their helmets. Shit. But you can still hear the helmet
Yeah.
communication.
To be fair, they might be able to hear it in the room because I left my helmet in there with the comm open.
Okay, so yeah,
While
I
was eating all the cheese, I never picked it up.
So everyone's carrying me. So yeah, they would have heard my warning.
Yeah.
I think at this time, Carol would have probably already had it.
The warning or the assault rifle?
It was there.
I'm not
was
going to
just
tell a
kinda
giant
laying
lizard
on-
not to take it. Just be careful.
Well, fair enough. I'm pretty proficient in them, actually. A
Let's
pretty good
just-
shot, too.
Let's just hope they aren't haunted.
So would anyone like to take a swing at what the rule is?
You hate us?
Ah, yes. But
It
the rule
seems
here
like
specifically.
it seems like every time somebody wishes for something, it hurts everyone else.
But that doesn't explain the rope thing.
No.
Whenever we do something physical, it hurts us. Whenever we all think of something together, it hurts us. Except the person who originally thought it.
Yeah, but you got hurt before you even, like, got in the ship.
Yeah, I got hurt because I threw the rope down. Or, I shot the webbing down.
So I'm like, I don't know, trespassers beware.
Tia, when did you get hurt?
When I was on the ship after the webbing,
When? What happened?
I
figured you weren't paying attention at the early one until it started happening.
You have way more faith in my memory than I do.
You made the rope, then Ratso climbed up, and you got hurt.
So anytime somebody touches something that we make, or that we
So wait,
do...
new arrivals hurt us?
I'm not telling you the rule.
Oh,
You gotta
somebody
figure
said
it
when
out.
you do something to help others. Did the chat
Oh.
get your rule? Do we just have to be dicks to each other?
This is why I have the most help.
Nobody helped the rat.
That's why Mike has been just rolling in it.
Wait, so I can just keep the shawl?
I love making characters that are assholes. It always pays off, just like in real life.
So the items don't actually hurt us at all. They're just here for just being here.
So because of this, Tia, I'm gonna have you, just as you're fucking around in the bridge, accidentally stumble across more or less an engineer's log, just kind of cycling through things. So you find out that the reason this ship crashed was it had a karmic balance engine, which is an engine that physically creates more or less rewards for people doing the correct things. But somebody reversed it. They reversed the rules. Doing bad is good. Doing good is bad.
So theoretically, if we can reverse the engines again, we'll be fine.
Sure, if you want to try that.
Fuck it, I'm taking my shawl back then. Fuck you, ghost karma bullshit. I'm just gonna give a finger to the ship. Go fuck yourself, ship.
Now realizing this, he is.
I haven't read this out to any of you yet.
Damn it!
Don't tell him.
I am going to call everybody to the end to the bridge except Ratso because I know what will happen.
Ratso's gonna eat that last bit of cheese because he's hungry.
You eat that cheese, buddy.
Oh God, it's cheddar, extra sharp cheddar. Oh, it's like an orgasm in my.
All right, so let me know when everyone's here.
So is everybody coming up? Voss and Carol?
Yeah.
Okay, hon, give me a minute. I'll take care
I
of
was
that.
not notified. I'm gonna stay down there and eat my fucking cheese like an asshole.
Well, no, I figured you
That's
don't
fine.
have your thing with you, right? You left it behind.
It's in the same room that I'm in.
Then I've been yelling, "Get your asses up here!" It's not my fault you don't listen.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stay down there and keep like rummaging through people's clothing and stuff and doing weird things.
Right, so as you rummage through that luggage, you find another hunk of cheese, a full wheel of Swiss.
He's immediately going to eat it.
As a point of fact, is because he heard and then ignored you calling for help.
You just keep rewarding him for being him.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I'm sorry to the first person that gets on this bridge because I need to test this.
Are you going to say that over the comms?
Nope. I'm just
Okay.
gonna lob the book at him with the page open, just in case.
So Kim and Carol, go ahead and make a dexterity check,
I'm
opposed
gonna get
from
thrown
each
around
other.
by a giant lizard.
A giant lizard with an assault rifle.
No, this is gonna suck for me.
Also, fuck you, chat. How dare you ruin my surprise? You would have let these idiots stumble around for another 20 minutes.
17.
You're just mad somebody thinks on your wavelength.
Correct. Kim, are you alive?
Kim, did her thing freeze?
Her mouse is wiggling, so I think she's somewhere.
Aw, they said they're sorry.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Hello?
Yeah,
There
now
she
we
is.
can-
Okay, I don't know what that was about, but my dexterity modifier's 3, and I got a 16, so 19.
Oh, okay. So you're the first one in there, Kim.
Yay!
Sorry.
So Voss
Amazing.
comes storming up the stairs just ahead of Carol.
She's gonna throw a book at you. It's open to the page, but I still gotta hit you with it. Sorry, I'm just testing out things to figure it out.
So you whip a book at her. Go ahead and make a ranged attack.
Alright. Range attack would be...
I'll let you do it with advantage because she's not expecting you to throw a book at her. Or more specifically, this was a log. It was an electronic thing, so we'll call it an iPad.
So what's that? What's the advantage number?
Advantage is you roll twice. Take the biggest.
Okay. 15, 16.
So, Kim,
Mm-hmm.
on your character sheet, towards the top, on the right-hand side, you've got an EAC and a KAC. What is your KAC?
Towards the right. KAC is 13.
Fantastic. Trella, you nail Voss, like, right in the fucking face.
Sorry.
So, Voss, go ahead and take a D3 of damage. Just do a D6 and half it.
Okay.
6 and 5 or 3, so on and so forth. Fantastic. 3 damage.
It's 3, okay.
About as hard as it could be. You come away with a little bit of a bloody nose as this fucking iPad wings you in the mouth.
Yeah, and my character just goes, "What the hell?"
Trella, as soon as you do this, the lights in the room come on.
Okay.
There's a small amount of power flowing through this section of the ship.
These idiots. I'm gonna look over to Voss. So they have a karma engine and they reversed it.
And so you threw something at my face?
To test it. If I told you, it wouldn't have worked as well.
That is fair.
Sorry. That's why I got my shawl.
Yippee.
You want to explain the intricacies to them?
So basically, we have to be as fucking terrible as Ratso unless we can figure out how to reverse this engine.
You're welcome.
Oh, now you're listening, asshole.
I'm listening the whole time, but I'm eating cheese right now. Fuck you.
Fuck you too. Does that give us more power?
You're not actively being evil. You're just yelling at each other.
Well, I guess every man and woman for themselves. Voss turns to actually walk out of the room.
So here's
You're
the
the
thing.
fucking engineer. Get your ass back here and help me figure out how to fix this, or I'm throwing another thing at you.
Okay, so Arch, I want to run this idea by you.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing. Ratso is the most horrible character in this by a morality standpoint.
Oh my god,
That's
did he
right.
overload the engine?
No, I'm not going to do that. So what would it be enough to power the engine if Ratso admitted all the horrible things that he's done to them over the years that they're not aware of?
So, unfortunately, you would have to do those horrible things while in the field of the karmic engine.
If he is saying this through the comms, I am going to yell, I'm ripping your teeth out.
I'm talking to Arch as the DM because I was curious about whether that would be something that would be viable.
So it's not telling horrible deeds, it's just doing horrible deeds.
Well, my character is going to look for the karma engine, which I don't think is in that room.
No, it's down. I could technically guide you there, couldn't I? If there's enough power going on there.
My character doesn't trust that working together is a good idea.
This is true. Good luck.
Oh, but Voss, all she has to do is not be greedy and accidentally turn you into a airlock and get you shot into space or something equally horrific. Because death certainly wouldn't end up with her with a significant advantage over her friends.
Yeah, but I need them for meat shield, even though I'm much bigger than them. Except...
All right.
I'm also, if we live through this, she might actually have Carla kill me.
I've rethought my strategy here, Arch. So let me run this scenario by you. So by being inside the cargo bay, Ratso is still within the realm of the field or whatever, right? It's
correct.
The entire ship. Okay. And there's food supplies there, correct? There's like a bunch of different like foods that are all like freeze dried and stuff.
Correct.
Is there anything that is like physically there that's not like in a packaging? Like the cheese? Or was the cheese a manifestation?
The cheese was in fact a manifestation.
Okay. So here's
everything
what Ratso
else is freeze dried.
So here's what Ratso is going to do because he's been partaking in all of this food. He's going to open up all of the food containers, and he's then going to urinate all over everything in there.
He's going to overload these goddamn engines in 5 minutes, isn't he?
I'm going to get us flying. You shut up.
Okay.
Are you at least going to tell us your plan, you dumb
Nope.
rat?
Nope, he ain't. Fuck that. That ruins the
Tia,
fun.
could you make a perception check for me?
Yes, I can. Of whether I have to kill this fucking rat. I'm doing another roll. I fucking hate rolling like that. Hold on. That's what I thought. Fuck that. Fuck rolling like that. Perception is... 15, 16, 17. Wait, did it freeze again?
You said a 17?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
You need a counter for every time you say that.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
What's really funny is this was the good karma ship.
Yeah, it used to be. That's
this is
absolutely
why we don't trust
correct.
Instagram models.
So, to give you the direct line story, one of the people was cheating on their significant other in this particular circumstance and used that karmic engine because they kept getting fucked up for doing so. They reversed it so they could cheat on their spouse with no repercussions. But unfortunately, it didn't really help them when the ship crashed. Hey, Trala, you're kind of hanging out up top and just looking around, and suddenly there is a significant surge of power that runs through the whole ship. It sounds like the engines just kicked on, like there's something good is happening right now with this ship. And the lights flicker on, and then the external lights come on. And as you look over the horizon of the now darkening and backlit dunes, you recognize that all those stars that were out there that are floating softly across the dunes have changed directions and are coming towards the light.
I'm gonna yell in the comms, whatever you're doing, Ratso, fucking stop it! Stop it now! Please! We're
Take
fucked!
off the ship, you dumb fuck!
There is something coming toward the ship!
Then take off! The engine just kicked on!
Oh, fuck, I don't... Fine. If we crash again, I'm blaming you, you stupid fucking rat!
That's fine. If we crash again, I think that'll just make the ship stronger.
How does that logic work?
I don't know. Peeing on food apparently got us to the point where we can take off, so,
I'm sorry, you did what?
Don't worry about it later. Just watch out in case your food's salty.
I'm gonna eat you.
Now the engines are on.
I'm going
but
to try to
I didn't say
start
anything about it being flight worthy.
Can I check to see if it is?
You absolutely can.
You're having too much fun with this.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, what do I have to roll?
Engineering.
God! No, wait, I didn't want to do it like
that thing that Voss had when she came up to do engineering
17.
and you hit her with a book and then she left?
17.
Talk about karma.
Right?
17.
The real karma was the friends we made along the way. As a 17, you can see the bow of the ship is firmly planted in the dunes. Now, this ship is not flight capable. You might be able to get it up into the atmosphere and getting it zip around a little bit, but that would take a significant, and I mean a serious amount of power.
Can I just turn off the lights?
With that 17, I thought you were looking to see if it was space-worthy.
Well, I'd be looking for that or any way to keep them from coming near the fucking ship. He wants it flight-worthy. I want some kind of protection. I don't care what he wants.
There is a form of generator override, but you would have to be there thanks to how damaged the bridge is.
So I'm going to get on the comms. Voss! Voss! I won't throw another book at you. Answer!
What?
If you hadn't answered.
There's something coming toward the ship. All of you can hear me. Don't ignore my ass. This is because of Ratso.
I still gotta go.
How? Go pee out a window.
There are no windows. I'm in the cargo hold.
Is there anything good in there?
What if there was? It's now covered in rat piss.
Holy hell, you stupid fucking rat. There are things coming toward the ship because of the lights.
Yes, now take off.
It won't take off.
All right, I gotta do something worse.
No!
So I'm going to give us one last little bit before I say we take a temporary hiatus, unless anybody wants to continue for here.
I need to take a break to go walk Miko. That's
I'm probably good.
Okay, then I'll just give this one little extra bit before we call it for the night. Trala, you look out over the horizon at those beautiful shimmering lights drifting over the dunes, vastly, thousands of them spreading all across as far as the eye can see.
Wait, does the ship have guns?
This was a pleasure cruiser.
I don't care, it has to have some kind of security.
You had anti-asteroid defenses, which are underneath the ship.
Fuck, I wanted to just shoot them all.
As you watch the light grow dimmer, out of that darkness steps something. It's something impossibly tall. Something with many legs.
Dad?
Something walking slowly, the size of a skyscraper, with long, dangling, jellyfish-like tendrils.
Cousin Albert?
With lights
Carl.
that gently sway beneath it on the end of those tendrils. And then you see another and another, and you realize those millions of lights out there are a vast army of these walking arachnid terrors.
I mean, they just look like cousins to me, but everyone else is gonna shit bricks, and I'm not gonna tell them they're coming. I'm not gonna tell them what they look like. Fuck you all.
Comms are still open.
So I don't have to describe what's coming after us. Fuck you, rat.
I need to do something horrible, otherwise we're all gonna die.
As your eyes open and see this horror, and you actively decide to tell your friends to fuck themselves, you look down at the engineer's console, and there's a small cup of steaming chamomile tea waiting for you.
That's all I get for telling them to go fuck themselves.
And with that, we will end the session.
Oh, that was stupid. I love it. All right.
Let me save up.
All right, guys. So we're going to call it here. Thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully we'll do another Starfinder soon because that is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.